And we literally kind of finished off the stream right after that battle, right?
Yeah, it ended and that was it.
So we kind of literally went straight to dead air at that point. Okay, so yeah, you guys are all heavy breathing and just recovering from the strange ordeal that you just had on the roadside.
I'm going to turn to Cyrano and be like, maybe I just made something up, but I thought I remember seeing you, like, you know, like, stab into my back.
Yes, I did.
I went down, You
Yes,
did? Oh, I
did.
Just imagine that.
No, you didn't imagine it. Now, in my defense, he used some sort of trickery on me to make me do that. It was not, it was against my will. I'm telling you.
I'm starting to pull out my sword, and I start to put it back in.
Oh, there's no need for that. Come on.
Okay.
You think old Cyrano would do that for no reason?
Probably.
What have I ever shown you that would make you think that? I'll tell you nothing.
Well, you've had many stories, not that I don't trust you, but you've told us many stories about shanking and killing and
Yes.
and how it means nothing to you and
True.
all of these things. I just wanted
Well-
to clear the air.
Well,
'cause
again, those were jobs. I was paid to do that. I was contractually
did you
obliged.
get paid by anybody to mess with our party in any way?
No, of course not.
No. Okay.
No.
Wait, so what
I
happened?
was. Well, I definitely had wisely made my way up onto the rock that he was floating on. I figured I'd take care of him first, cut the head off the snake, the rest of it dies, so on and so forth. And I was able to get up there, and I buried both of my, including my new weapon, into his back, which hurt him a great deal. Then he sort of looked at me and said, "Go attack your friends," and I said, "Okay," and down I went. Into the fray. I knew that I didn't want to be doing it. I just had no control or action. I've seen that sort of hypnotic trick be used at magic shows or people with a high magic use. Never encountered it myself my first time, so now I'm a little older, a little wiser. Hopefully that won't happen again.
Jeez. All right. Well, what can we do to safeguard against this in the future?
I can just close my eyes, I guess.
Put a tinfoil hat on.
A tinfoil hat would work, yes.
I can teach you how to fight, you know, with your eyes closed.
While this is going on, give me a spot roll, please.
Well, this is going to be my 20, guys. Just wait and see.
Okay.
Let me find
Ready.
a spot. My A, B, C, D, E. Okay.
You can find it.
Yeah!
Oh, okay. Why does Britannica
Britt-
roll?
Why did you roll, Britt?
Oh, I thought.
Because she wanted to,
I'm
damn
sorry.
it.
I thought you meant everybody.
It was only Electma that was going to
Electma.
roll because
Just to
he's
show
the
you
only
I can do a
person.
little better.
Yeah, no,
I didn't
because
hear you say Electma.
from his position, he's the only person that could have physically seen this.
Sorry, I just wanted to show you I could do it just a little bit better.
That's it. She just wanted to upstage you.
Trying to
that's
show
all.
me up all the time.
Yeah,
Just
a
a
bit
little
of
bit.
upstaging.
It's a little taller than you, just a tiny bit.
But
Hi.
you're not.
I know.
Okay, so out of
Yes.
the corner of your eye, Elecma. So bearing in mind how big this rock was that was kind of here in the center. So it's pretty much obscuring everybody else's view except yours to where the corpse is. I did a line of sight to just see if it was possible for Cyrano, but he's just a little too far down, so he wouldn't have seen it.
This is very short.
Okay.
I wouldn't have been paying attention either. I would have been explaining myself pretty thoroughly there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you, from your position, Elecma, you suddenly witness out from underneath the robes of the guy that you killed that turned to dust, what appears to be a small, impish creature, no more than about a foot tall, comes scurrying out, glances to the left and the right, and then immediately takes a couple of steps and, with its little bat-like wings, it takes off and starts to fly in a northerly direction as fast as its little wings will carry it. Okay, so yeah, it's like it just pops out, looks left, looks right, and off it starts to fly. So yeah, this is kind of like a peripheral vision sort of thing for you. You like see something move, you look, what the hell, and woof, off it goes. Based on that, what do you want to do?
I'm just really trying to discern what it is because it was such a peripheral. I don't think I could like react quick enough or anything.
Okay. Then as you really stop to kind of, it's like a little tiny demonic imp. Definitely nothing particularly natural. Quite a sinister looking little creature. But it seems to have something, like it's clutching something in its left hand as it's flying away.
Okay. So this is happening while that argument is happening. It was like, there's a problem.
I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. It's not going to happen again.
No,
He
there's
apologized.
Thank you.
Well, can you see it? It's flying away.
What?
Yeah, if he's pointing at it by now, you can see a little bright red something. Maybe it's a bat, maybe it's a twisted looking bird. It's hard to really make it out at that distance, but you can see this little thing going
Oh, so
and hanging from its left hand appears to be something that's kind of swinging like a pendulum.
What is it?
Came from the guy we killed.
I'll shoot
it.
Yeah.
Javelin, hurry!
It's too far, really. But wait, at this point, is it too far? I mean,
definitely too
yeah,
far for a javelin. By the time you've had this conversation, the time it's gone, it's out of range for a javelin throw for sure. Maybe someone very well versed with a longbow or a crossbow possibly could get it from here, but there's no thrown weapons that are going that far. Not even with your massive arms.
Wait. Okay. Oh, is it too far? Is it too far now? I don't see it anymore.
It's too far to throw anything at.
How far is it away? Because I don't see it anymore.
It is probably, because it moves, it's already probably about 160 feet.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Because, I mean, by the time Shaggot even lets you know, it's already made 2 moves, so.
Okay. Okay.
So.
Well, what was it?
What? What was that?
It was,
No, you!
What?
You let it escape.
Why did you get it?
Because I didn't even see it really clearly until it was far.
Until you took 8 minutes to describe it to us.
I'm sorry, I'm
so
hurt,
tired.
you know.
Oh, yes, of course.
And I do recall killing the man who made you into a party killer.
Well, I didn't kill any parties, sir. Thank you.
Tell that to our good friend over there.
Our good friend over there.
What?
Are you feeling okay, Alekma? You seem a little off your game.
I told you, I'm disappointed that my weapon did fly back to me, remember?
Oh, yes, the boomerang weapon that isn't
I
a boomerang.
Really was expecting
The
more.
non-boomerang.
The non-boomerang
Got it.
you expected to be a boomerang for no reason.
Yes, of course. So what was that exactly, Alekma? You were the only one that really got a good look at it.
Like a demon bat thing.
A demon bat.
Demon
Well, that
bat.
sounds horrible.
It went north that way.
That's where we're going, so.
Yes. Now.
Yes, we're going to go warn
Stand
them
up.
now.
What? So it came from the guy.
Under the clothes of the.
What's the he
What's his
was
name?
in his
Merrick.
belly?
It probably was
Who
Merrick.
searched that corpse?
No one.
Have we?
We haven't
I
gone
thought-
over there yet to search.
I thought Alekma ran over there in the.
To get my spear.
To get it speared,
So you
that
got
wasn't
the
a
spear
boomerang.
back, but you didn't actually search or go
I
through
didn't
anything.
search.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Job. Okay. Well,
Let's go.
I think I know we're not going to find anything now, are we?
Not necessarily.
I'm sorry. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting Merrick
A
to come
demon
back to
bat.
life as a demon bat.
I'm gonna run over there and see if there's any more imps hiding under this guy's cloak.
Okay.
Imps.
So lift
Nope.
it up.
There is pretty much just a small pile of ash, and the robes itself, and that's about it.
Okay.
What about these ones? Can I check one of these ones that are near us? Just
Yeah,
like,
they're all
pick
pretty
it
much
over?
the same. The swords are still there. You know, they had those like silver-looking scimitars, those shiny scimitars. The robes are there. The silver masks that they were wearing are all still there.
Take a few of those masks in case we need it.
It was a good idea. I'm actually going to stoop by one of these holes that was created by these guys. And can I do like a knowledge nature to see if they were just down there the entire time, if they had dug down there, if there's a tunnel network?
Yeah, I'll buy that. I'll let you do that.
Basically, I mean,
You know things about holes.
Yeah, I know things about holes.
You're a little Shia LaBeouf over here.
A little Shia LaBeouf.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
You see Shia LaBeouf. You know,
So
maybe.
all the earth is incredibly fresh, and there's a lot of it. So it's definitely something that the tunnel itself was very, very, very recently dug. So it's not like there was like a hole dug and they were hiding there. Also, the hole is noticeably very deep too. Each hole is probably about 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet wide. Just enough for a person to come rocketing out from the soil in.
Okay, and so taking my magic's weapon that I don't know the name of, I'm going to see how deep it is. I'm just going to lower it down to see if I can...
Oh yeah,
get
it'll
to
go
the
down all the way to the end of the spear and all the way down to your shoulder if you keep reaching.
Any imps down there?
I wasn't looking for imps. I was seeing if these guys dug a hole and then got buried in it, or if they came from below from somewhere else.
Yeah, you would definitely go with the whole they came from way, way, way down under the ground. This wasn't a dig a hole, lay in wait type deal. This was a...
What a fun party that would be. Okay, everyone, choose a spot, dig a hole.
And jump.
I'm just going to wait here for these particular group of people to show up.
Yikes.
Well, you know, I was just thinking about the Godstone being Maud, the Maud buried.
Yes.
Remember? Yeah, so.
Think it's way beneath the earth like these guys?
It's a shame we didn't get to see what they actually look like. They're so massive.
Well, they look like grey dust. That sucks.
Rest? Or...
Indeed.
And that's what they
No,
look
we
like,
need to
chat.
hurry north to try to catch this imp. Maybe it's going to leave a poop trail.
Poop trail.
Oh my
Are
God.
you
Okay.
well versed in the recognition of demonic?
I'm just making jokes, guys. I'm not an idiot.
Oh,
Sometimes, Annie. Not entirely sure.
Well,
Well, all of us are kind of in. I mean, we're hurt. Just looking
Yeah.
at you.
I'm still all like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, Luckman says well. He's really hurt. So
Yeah, I mean, these things kind of did a bit of a number on you guys.
I feel fine.
well, that's great.
How much further is it to the next?
I remember we asked him.
Well, who knows if he was
Well,
honest?
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't trust anything he said.
I have a feeling we're
We
going to
just-
be running into him again.
Well, yeah, because you let him get away.
Ah,
Now, Britannica, he
I
did
mean,
his
I-
best. It just came out of nowhere, and he's Lekma, and blame him for
He's
too
a
much.
Lekma.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so do we rest here or do we keep going?
I'd like to get away from these holes a little bit.
All right, do we see anything else that's looks like cover of any kind? Besides this little bush over here.
Basically, yeah, further down the road, you can see that there is kind of some woodland and hills to the left of the main road. Probably, it's pretty flat, so at a... anyone want to give me a knowledge nature check to try to ballpark a distance?
sure.
I don't think I have that.
Nature.
Oh, I do. I do have a couple points, actually.
Nah.
Okay, Alekma guesses probably it's a good couple of miles to get there.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it. Okay.
But that would definitely offer a lot more cover than the bare open plains. Yeah.
6 holes that lead
Britannica agrees. Yeah, that's a couple of
middle
miles.
the earth.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the hills. At least we can maybe get an advantage. Go top.
All
Okay.
right. I think I can manage that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go and help Brit under her armpit. You know, we're gonna kind of carry each other
Okay.
Aww.
because I'm not any better. In better
Wow.
shape.
Okie dokie.
So I better not lean into you.
Fair enough. So yep, so after about a mile and a half, as you start to get closer to the forest, where you can see that there is some hills kind of rising up from the other side of it, you can actually see what appears to be a small farmstead to the right of the road before you would get to the hills. It's predominantly about just 2 or 3 buildings. It's fairly old, but in decent form of repair. And it has an awful lot of planted fields and stuff out the back, as well as some livestock.
Look! A warm meal and conversation.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, I like the first one.
Yes, more shelter might be more important. Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cute.
Look at all the plants, guys.
No, we
Okay.
were definitely heading there.
Oh, yeah, we're heading there.
Well, let's go
All
see
right.
if they're
Once you
accommodating.
kind of get fairly close, you can kind of see that the main road itself kind of curves around by the farm, and you can just take a short detour to the right to get to the farm itself.
Wonderful.
All right.
Is anybody outside or is it...
By
in the
now, it's
window?
probably late afternoon. So, yep, there are what appears to be a couple of children playing right there in front of the house. This is the. This appears to be the main house. This looks like some kind of small mill with a huge, big kind of wind fan on the top of it. Kevin Doc, thanks for the resub. Much love. Take your pants off. Hit the height.
Oh, thanks, Doc.
13 months for you.
Take your pants off.
And then this kind of looks very much more like a 2-story kind of barn / stable. But other than that, you can see a sheep pen over here that also has a few pigs roaming around in it. There's a small pond to the right, and all the main fields and everything are planted out back. Also, as you approach, there is a really run-down, kind of like dilapidated gazebo right here by the edge of the pond as well.
Okay. As we approach the kids, I'm gonna try to look friendly and hello. Hi.
Okay. The kids. So the girl is a girl and a boy. The girl looks like to be about 12. The boy probably about 14.
Okay. Are they scared of me when I do that?
Basically, as soon as you wave, the girl immediately waves back. The boy looks and turns and bellows as loud as he can. Ma! Da! Got visitors!
Thank you.
Okay. As you gonna continue to approach the house, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a rough-looking man with kind of a grey shirt, which is kind of rolled all the way up to his elbows, comes out holding a cloth, like wiping his hands down. He's fairly large. He's probably about 5'11", pretty thick, heavy set. You can tell by the stubble and the scratches and scars on his forearms that he's definitely a laborer, possibly used to be a warrior at some point. His hair is definitely graying all the way around the sides, but he does have a thick head of hair. And he has a beard, but the beard is like really patchy. Like there's a huge section that runs right from the corner of his mouth down to here, where there is nothing grown. As you get closer, you can actually see it's pretty severely scarred. It looks like it was burnt at some point.
Gotcha. Hello, sir. Nice to meet you. I'm Annie.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Right. Me and my party here. We're on the road north next town, and we seem to have gotten into a bit of a scuffle with some highwaymen and
Highwaymen?
seeking a
What, this?
yeah. Yeah. So it was just 5 or 6 of them. We were able to win the battle, but we are quite.
When you say won the
hungry.
battle, did any of them escape, or did you
Oh, no,
put them
no,
down
I
like
think-
God intended?
Correct. Yeah, we defeat all of them
Oh, well,
Men did die,
swiftly,
yes.
but we were quite hit in the process and hoping for maybe a place to stay or just to heal up for the night.
I'll have to discuss that with my good lady wife, if you wouldn't mind. There's a trough over yonder if you're wanting to wash up at least.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, so thank you.
He goes, Sandra, Solomon, get in the house. And the two kids, kind of begrudgingly wander indoors as he walks in and kind of looks at you sideways as he goes inside and closes the door.
Okay. I guess we'll head to the trough.
Well,
Okay.
Suit yourself. I will not be heading
I'm
there.
not going to use it. I don't know.
Oh, I am.
Oh,
I am not
Immediately
touching
going
that
to the
water.
trough and just washing myself.
No,
I told you someone would use it.
thank you.
Again, I'm fine, so...
How do we handle strangers these days, right?
What does that mean?
Well, Alekma told us to be wary, and then we met Merrick, and we thought maybe we'll be nice to this stranger, and then look what happened.
Well, to be fair, I said to be wary but not cowardly. I mean, we have managed to overcome every encounter we've had.
All right. If there's any
Without
warning
death.
signs, I'm out of here.
That's fine. I'm
So-
sure it'll be fine. They have children.
Warning sign, lone man
Imp
offering
demon.
fruit on the side of a
He
road.
has children.
There could be
Not
demon
warning
children.
sign, man with children and a
Could be
family.
imp children.
Could be imp children. Who knows anything now? Could be they're all skeletons under that skin.
That is true. If you think about it, a skeleton lives in every one of us.
I mean, this place seems pretty nice. I think we probably will be okay.
Yes, if this is another trap, the grift that is catching us is just quite elaborate here. I have to assume it
Going
stops
through a lot
somewhere.
of trouble.
Yes. Yes.
I think we can trust these people.
But yes, as Alekma said, we go off our intuition and we overcome whatever comes our way.
Right.
It's that simple.
Let's just be polite. And
Yes.
hopefully they don't.
Yes,
turn
Britannica,
into
be
a
polite,
demon.
please.
Alekma?
I'm never
Alekma?
rude to the help, ever.
Oh,
To the
boy.
help.
Ever. Alekma over here always wants to fight or gamble or do other weird things.
That's true, Alekma. You do like to do
Overdue,
other weird
thanks for the
things.
sub. Much appreciated. Take your pants off. Hit the height.
Woo! Thank you.
Well, games that don't end in death are the best form of self-improvement. You compete with people and learn where you're weak or where they're weak, and then you get better from there.
We don't need to compete with our guests. I mean, sorry.
No,
our
yep.
hosts.
Yep.
Unless
Wait
they
a
Never
ask.
mind.
Unless
Unless he wants to.
sure, unless for some reason they make us, we'll play for pinks or whatever. Then
Yeah,
that might
maybe
be.
they like Parcheesi or something. We'll play
Oh.
that, but not aggressively.
no aggressive Parcheesi, Alekma.
I've not been aggressive in my games at all. Throwing the axe is not aggressive. It's throwing the axe.
Right.
All right.
Upset that man, but it's fine.
Okay. Well, the door opens and a short, dumpy woman comes and glares out the door at you. She is almost as wide as she is round. She is about probably 5 foot tall, if that. That's probably at a severe push. She's wearing a thick, kind of like brown plaid apron as she comes out and scowls. Well, which one of you's the spokesperson for your traveling band?
Maybe I'll just
This
point
one-
to Annie.
I point to Cyrano.
Me?
Well, don't just stand there. Come on. Come over here.
Okay, of course, my lady.
I'll kind of traipse up, very light-footed and happy-looking over to her.
So she stops and she goes, that's close enough.
Of course, yes, right here's fine.
She's glaring at you, long and silent. I find it's a very good idea to size people up with a long, thoughtful stare.
Well, luckily that won't take very long in my case.
So
Right?
who'd you worship then?
I'm sorry?
Who'd you worship?
Worship? Me?
Yes.
I worship the very ground you walk on, madam.
Oh,
we are-
flattery
well,
will
we
get
are
you
grateful.
everywhere.
Well, of course it will. That's the universal language, is it not? It transcends religion, it transcends language barriers.
So you don't actually worship any gods then?
But me personally, I like to keep my options open.
I see. What about them then? What do they
They-
worship? That one there.
Yes?
That
Who
one
is he
with
worship-
the funny symbol and all that. She looks a bit godly. What does she worship?
Well, let me ask you a question, my good lady. Who do you worship?
I'll be asking the questions if you don't mind.
Sure, I'm trying to make simple conversation.
Well,
So, who does she worship?
yes.
Well, I think at the moment she is
At
in
the
between.
moment,
Uh-huh.
fickle is she?
Well, fickle because, isn't growth learning? Isn't learning growth? It's a symbiotic relationship, of course. To learn and to change is to grow, and growing is godliness in whatever form it may take.
Give me. Give me.
Nothing, I'm saying nothing.
Yeah, that.
Fast talk,
I'm saying
fast talk.
nothing. No, not fast talk. Anything
There
but
is no
fast talk.
fast talk.
Thank God.
Do you have any specific perform skills that might come in handy for this?
I'm not really much of the I've herbalism. No, that's more profession, I guess. Nothing. I mean, nothing that would make real sense, to be honest. I mean, I have
Well,
disguise.
then I guess
so-
diplomacy is going to be the role.
Diplomacy. Okay,
Yeah, give me a diplomacy roll.
you got it.
She goes, I suppose that might make sense to some people, but I'm more of a simple plain folk, I'm afraid, so you're going to have to speak a bit more down to my level.
Well, don't. First of all, don't put yourself down like that, ma'am. You're on all of our levels. Okay, okay. To be frank with you, we were attacked by some bandits on the road, which I think may have been coming to your house. We intercepted them, and we got rid of them. We are just looking for a place to stay. We don't mean to impose. We won't even stay in your main area. We just need somewhere off in the distance that we could just have a roof over our head to rest up a bit before moving on. We won't be any trouble.
Are you going to rob us?
Of course not.
Murder?
No, of course not.
So you're going to tell me you're trustworthy then?
Absolutely.
But none of you are religious in any way, shape or form?
Not practicing.
Do I
Can we hear
overhear
this?
this?
Oh yeah, she doesn't speak quietly at all.
Because I
Okay.
would raise my hands when she
Oh
said
no.
I step
don't.
forward. Excuse me, ma'am. I am quite religious. Bow a little bit. I follow the goddess Myris.
Myris?
Yes.
Myris. What's she all about then? I don't know that one.
Love. Love can cure the world's ills.
Love?
Love. Togetherness.
I see. What about you? You had your hand up? Or did you need to use a bathroom?
Guys, had your heads up.
I got a truck for the back. No. I am, this is hard to say. I'm of Alona.
Ilona? Oh, you're one of them hippie types then. Like the nature of the trees and all that stuff, do you?
Yes, the nature, yes.
Well, you don't seem like you're a particularly bad sort. I suppose you could stay the night.
You're so gracious, madam. Thank you so
Yes. But all the armour must have cost a pretty penny, that. Some nice looking duds you got there. Very well dressed. Some of those big weapons that you've got look pretty expensive as well.
You're not going to steal it, are you?
No, I'm just trying to subtly hint that you can probably afford to pay for your room and board. Simple, humble farm that we are. Everything has a price.
Of course. Right? Everybody can throw in a silver or two?
Yes, I
Absolutely,
definitely
of
prefer the
course,
two.
of course.
2 sounds much better than 1.
How about a silver from all of us? A kind gesture to you.
That'll cover the room, I suppose. I'm cooking supper if you're hungry. You could have a nice feed as well. Chuck another silver in. Still cheaper than you're going to get in a hotel.
Right.
Or any inn or tavern.
Yes, we
Yeah, of course.
accept.
Yes, sure.
Fine, we'll hand it over then.
Come on,
8
guys.
silver, please.
Right,
I'm
8
gonna put
silver.
2 silvers.
Can we come in first? Just to collect ourselves and see what
Are
we've
you going to
got?
bleed all over my clean floor, are you? I just mopped it.
No. If you show me around the back, I can go a different way so that I'm not...
Well, that's why you use the trough.
I'm not using the trough.
Why? It's perfect.
Maybe a different source of water that you could recommend? Get some of this off.
I'll bring you a bucket of water out. You just wash up a little bit before you come in, I suppose. I wouldn't
Of course.
recommend using the pond. It's a bit stagnant.
Thank you. Yes, that would be great.
Hold on then. Anders, bring us a bucket, will you, love? Shortly afterwards, he comes out carrying a big wooden bucket. Oh, and a couple of rags. I mean, cloths. So they give you the bucket, a couple of washcloths. He goes, well, there you are then. Don't just stand there. Tidy yourselves up a bit and come on inside, into the kitchen.
Yeah, I do.
Thank you. So I'm gonna take that and start sponging off.
Okay.
Same. We're gonna have a sponge bath outside.
Yay! Group sponge bath.
Gross.
I just had a Seinfeld memory.
Boop, 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 boop. Okay.
Yeah, I clean myself.
Okay.
Anyone?
Alright, so
I'm gonna hand the rags to you guys. Cyrano?
As I said,
Eddie?
I'm absolutely fine. Thank you.
No.
No.
No, thank you.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, well, I
Your
guess.
blood's all over it.
Well, you can rinse it out, obviously.
I'd rather not.
All right. And I just throw it onto the ground, I guess.
I pick it up and fold it next to the trough, like on the sides. And
Okay.
So to
Alright.
dry out. Jesus.
All right, let's get some food, right?
Yeah, step inside.
Yep.
okie dokie. All right. Yep. So you can kind of see down the hallway to a large, moderately lit kitchen with a good deal of heat coming from a burner fire there. Once you walk in, the table is actually covered in flour, and it looks like she's in the process of like actually baking bread and all those sort of things. So you kind of showed up in the middle of meal prep or whatever. So she looks and she goes, I suppose we wanted something to drink then. There's some fresh water over there, or there's some nice milk. We've got goat's milk or sheep's milk. No cows on our farm, I'm afraid.
Goat's milk is just as delicious.
Oh, we'll send that jug over there on the window ledge. Help yourself.
Thank you. Man, those bandits were something else, though. I just wasn't expecting them on this road.
Yeah, tell me a bit more about these bandits, highwaymen that you spoke of.
Well, they wore these strange masks. Silver masks, and this whole bunch of them. Six of them, really. And, one leader. Kind of disguised as a homeless man at first, so we thought he was harmless.
Oh, so he was kind of like trying to lure you in, was he? And then all of his ruffians were in hiding, and they jumped out and tried to.
Yeah. something like that, and they kept yelling about this black stone, this god stone, and I don't know, some gibberish.
Gibberish. So, what, they thought you had this stone, did they? Must be valuable. They're trying to steal it from you?
I'm not really sure. They might be protecting it.
The stone is far to the north. They were trying to stop us from going there.
Very seriously, specific agenda, that, for a bunch of highwaymen and bandits, didn't you think?
Certainly. Well, we stopped them before they could harm us anyway.
We don't pick our enemies. Wish we could. 'Cause
No,
it makes
but
it
I mean,
small and easy.
if they were bandits or highwaymen,
Like a
I mean, what are
rat.
the odds that they were... I mean, are they just stopping anybody getting to this whatever stone that you're talking about then? Or specifically, were they after you?
I don't know. Have you heard of this black stone?
Not really, no.
Weird myths? Oh.
Nope. No, nothing about black stones. To be honest, when you first approached up, I thought you were more of them bloody zealots or pilgrims.
Pilgrims? What's that?
Oh, well, you know how it is. The Zuakenians and that. One of the reasons my
Familiar.
good lady wife was curious as to who it was that you prayed to at night.
What does she worship?
Oh, we're all worships of Marika here. You know, being that we predominantly run a farm. Marika is for agriculture and farming and the hearth. Granted, not one of your most commonly worshipped goddesses, but she's blessed us very well. The soil has been very fertile, and the ewes and the pigs have birthed well, and so's the horses. Mares have done well this year as well. Got 2 nice foals. Very healthy, so can't complain too much.
And these pilgrims, what did you say they worshipped?
Oh, Zuakenians. Worshippers of the god Zuokin.
Zuokin. I haven't heard of him.
Oh, really? Well,
What's he
you're certainly in the
believe
right place for that. So have you heard of Arian's Rift? Formerly it was called Arian's Rise, but after the Rift, it got a name change.
No.
Oh, well, after supper, I'll regale you with a tale of a bit of history, if you like, and if it's not too dark, I can kind of point it out on the horizon over there.
Oh, we'd love to. Sounds great.
Are these pilgrims bad people or just meddlesome and...
No, they generally, we've only had a few of them. I haven't had any for months, to be honest, but being that is what used to be, Orien's Rift used to be the site of one of their most prominent temples. It had a huge, big, glorious stone temple. It had houses and almost like a little town built up around it. But then there was this huge rift, and it run right through the centre of the hills. Originally, as I said, it was Arian's Rise. It was all built on top of it. But then a rift happened, and the hill itself kind of collapsed. And when that happened, the big stone glorious buildings that were there to symbolise Zuokin were destroyed. Most of the priesthood was killed that was there. The rest of them had to migrate and leave.
It was like an earthquake.
I suppose. Of course, this was long before we built the farm.
Oh, so you mean like years and years ago?
Oh, yeah. Probably a couple of 100 years or more, what I understand.
Wow.
Don't know the exact time frame, Just we had, I only know the information itself by the Zoakenians that have come here to go up there. But funny enough, there was a band, as I said, about 3 months ago went over there. But never saw right nor tail of them ever again.
Did they go to try to rebuild it or?
Well, I suppose to them it's like a holy site. Maybe they were looking for relics or whatever. But they did say that they would drop back in on the way back and thank us more for our kindness and hospitality, but then they never showed up again. So I suppose they probably considered to either just bypass altogether or headed north. I don't know.
That's very sad. I'm sorry to hear that about their temple. That's
Yes,
business.
was very obviously. I'm sure it was very unfortunate for those that dwelled there at that time.
And that's when the Zuakinites, what do you call them again?
Zuakinians. I don't even know if that's the correct
Zuakinians.
terminology, to be honest, but that's what we call them.
So they've pretty much disappeared from this area
Yes.
then.
Oh yes, long ago.
Alright.
But
Wow.
yeah, Zuokeen was it's all about physical and mental prowess, discipline, and that sort of thing. Very humble sort of people they were. Very, very interested in physical excellence and mental control, mastery of their thoughts and stuff.
That's quite nice.
Well, I suppose if you're into that sort of thing.
Well, we appreciate the story.
Oh, no problem. How long's supper going to be, missus? She's, well, probably about another hour. Well,
Anything we could do to help cook?
no, I'm sure that, sure Marsha's got all the, food preparation underway, but, I mean, if you really feel like helping, you can, come over and help me, do the evening milk, especially as soon as you're going to be drinking a lot of it, I suppose.
Fair enough. I'm gonna get up to do that.
Have fun, Alekma.
Right, Anders, show the big man where the, milk pail is and lead him out there to the sheep and the goats, would you mind?
Not at all, Dad. What's your name then?
No, it's Alekma Valukanathi.
Alekma,
You can call me Cloudkeeper.
Cloudkeeper, why would I call you that then?
It was my
keep
rank
clouds?
It was my rank in my tribe, my kin.
A rank? What, was you in the military? Are you a soldier? Oh yeah, you're a soldier.
It was more spiritual than military. Anyway, show me the cow or the goats or whatever.
Oh yeah, come on in. Alright, so the kid basically takes you out the back door and heads down towards this
Can't
pen.
buy my children anywhere. You'll annoy me. Alright,
Oh no.
Okay. So you're going milking.
I'm going milking.
Have fun milking.
Okay. This is well, as I said, we've got water, goat's milk, sheep's milk. I mean, I suppose I could be a little bit hospitable. I do have some home brew that I've been working on. Don't have a whole lot of it left, so if you'd like a mug of nice wheaty ale,
Yes, we
go as
love
far
that.
as
No, we don't.
That would be so delightful. You have no idea.
okay.
You've been too hospitable. You don't need to do that.
No, it's all right. You seem like a fair enough, decent bunch.
Exactly. It's wonderful. What's a drink among friends?
Yes, he opens up the pantry, and he opens the door really wide. And the back of the pantry, you kind of get this distinct impression that this is all part of a show. Because he doesn't walk straight in the pantry, he opens the door and stands to the side so that you can see clearly into the entryway. On the right, there are some small wooden barrels, all stacked up neatly on shelves. To the left is an old, battered suit of scale mail. With like a big broadsword hanging by it. And he kind of like just opens the door, loiters for about 3 seconds looking at you like... I'll get the ale then, shall I?
Impressive armor.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I used to, I was a captain in the military, you know.
Did you fight in the battle? Oh, wait, no, we're in the wrong continent.
Oh, yes, I fought in many battles, me. I also used to be, the chief, what's the correct word?
You don't know your own rank.
No, I was a captain, I told you that. No, I was specifically gifted the honour of teaching the local lord's 2 sons how to sword fight.
My stepdad was a captain too.
Oh, was he? Well, that's very, very interesting. Where did he serve then?
We're from across the sea in Arconis. Have you been there?
No. Well, that would explain some of the strange accents and
We could all tell
that
you
weird
tales
look
of Arconis.
Now he's not in here. What is he then? That big fella that looks like he's covered in big kind of lumps and boils. It's not contagious, is it?
I'm going to turn to Britannica and Cyrano.
Just tell him to get the ale. Move
Yeah, as he's talking, he's
get the
actually
ale.
pouring the ale into some wooden mugs as he speaks.
Oh, okay, good.
So yeah, he's
No, I don't care.
yeah he's plying you all with alcohol as he's chit-chatting away. And by now he's kind of gotten a damp cloth and he's wiped off half of the table from the flour so that you've got one end of the table that you can all sit around.
It doesn't really matter who is what and what race we all are. He's a good man.
So, but he is a man then.
Oh, well.
I mean, he's... you got to be honest. I mean, his skin tone's a bit off, innit? And them big, strange lumps all over him. Those weird marks.
Try not to think about it.
Well, no.
How racist much Brit?
Well, that's why I was asking.
see the
I didn't want to
color.
offend him. I was just curious.
Don't see lithoderms.
I don't see the growths on his skin, okay? I just see him for who he is.
Mostly, I just wanted to make sure that he isn't carrying any strange exotic diseases from overseas that might get any of us sick.
No.
Oh, and then that's fine. Drink up. Supper will be long soon. Does he have experience on a farm?
He likes snakes.
Oh no, don't like snakes.
Did you see the snake around his neck?
Was that alive?
Is it around?
No. Yes?
Oh, well, I
it's a dead snake.
saw it, but to be honest, it
Don't
wasn't
touch.
moving. I assumed it was some kind of, I don't know, fashion statement.
It's very much alive.
Oh, well, it's not poisonous, is it?
So creepy.
So creepy.
Very much.
Generally speaking, I take the swords to snakes or axes to snakes.
Oh, no,
Can never be
don't
too.
do
You
that.
don't want them biting the livestock, see, or the kids.
Oh no, this one's his pet. It's fine.
Very well trained. Never bitten any one of us.
Don't know why.
He's
anyone
great
would
with
keep
animals. Is there any animals
like
around
that.
that need some taming that you might
Taming?
need help
Well,
with?
no, I mean, let's say we got a few horses, sheep, cows, chickens.
Any of them getting out of hand?
Yeah, any of them need their spirit broken?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Trust me.
No ailments
If,
or any weird.
if anyone's going to break anybody's spirits around here, it's going to be the good lady wife. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Excuse me.
and you said bitch.
Okay, so back outside then. So Alekma, you are out there with the cow. Oh, sorry, with the goats and the sheep.
Yes.
Okay.
Leave it alone.
All right. So the boy, he kind of just walks over and he hands you a small wooden stool.
I'm gonna get on my knees and be like, I'm not sitting on anything I know I'll break.
Okay. So you're going to attempt to milk these animals, are you?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Give me an animal handling roll.
Give me
This
a
is-
milk check.
This is the most literal usage of animal handling I've ever
Like,
heard.
literally, if there was ever a skill that would qualify, right now is it.
Ooh.
18. Okay. Yep.
You little, you
I know
little
how to milk
milkman.
my shit.
So
I
very
will
quickly
drive. the master milker. Come on. I know
Okay.
my teeth.
Yeah.
He knows his teeth.
No problem at all. However, you do notice something a little odd. With an 18, I'm not going to make you roll anything else.
It's a male.
Why does it have two? Oh. As you kind of like just, going to town, milking this, and the bucket is slowly rising up, there's kind of a bit of a funny smell coming from the milk.
Is the boy like watching me?
Yeah, he's absolutely watching you.
So,
Only kind
I'm
of.
immediately gonna be like,
He's only kind of half watching you. He's standing there. He just bent over and picked up a daisy, and he's just pulling the leaves off the head of it. But it casually just kind of watching you as you do it.
Worse than I intended to be. And I'm gonna be like, don't you have any chores to do?
No. Dad told me to bring you out here and watch you milk the cows, so that's what I'm doing. I mean, the sheep.
Well,
When you're done with that one, you can move on to the other one, and then we can get the goats. See? Come on, I'm getting hungry.
So I'm gonna like stand up and look over the sheep, like see if they're healthy and if they look normal. Maybe they have some masses somewhere. I don't know. Trying to determine why the milk smells like
Masses.
this sheep.
Okay.
I'm not doing that yet. I'm not a vet. I'm a druid.
Not yet.
They all, at first glance, they all look like they're pretty healthy animals. I mean, they're all eating grass. They're, well-formed, good shape. They provided plenty of milk. It's just, the milk's off. Like, it's sour.
Okay, I have an idea where this is going, but okay, so I'm going to finish that one and go to the next one and see if the result's the same.
It is.
And then go on to the goats. I'm going to go through all the animals.
Ironically, yes, it is the same. All of the animals are producing soured milk.
So I'm gonna say, want some, boy?
What?
Milk.
No, I don't like it warm.
Have you noticed anything about the quantity or quality of the milk?
Just milk, innit?
Well, this is a little sour.
Well, you just milked it, ain't you? Of course it ain't sour. Couldn't be no fresh of that.
Fair enough. Let's go back inside. I'm gonna pick up the pails, I guess.
Okay, yeah, so you got your 2 pails. Alright, so you want to head back in the house?
Yes, with the pails.
Okay. Alright, the farmer looks at you and goes, Well, you made short work of that then.
Yes, I've noticed it has a smell that that's not
Goat's
usual.
milk, you know how it is. It always has a bit of a... it's got its own aroma. That's why not everybody likes goat's milk.
I've had goat's milk as a lecma, not as Shaggot. This is not normal, right? Like,
absolutely
it's clearly
not, no.
something is wrong.
I mean, goat's milk does have a bit of a different smell
taste.
to it, but...
Or smell,
It's
yeah.
horrible.
But this is not a... This is not a goat's milk smell. This is a rancid, rotten milk smell.
Yeah, okay,
You know
so-
the one.
Can we can we smell it when he comes in? Can the rest
Not
of us?
initially, because the room is actually full of delicious bakey type smells as bread is being cooked. But if he brings it over to the table, you definitely will.
What's the problem?
Don't be rude, Alekma. What? Don't tell him his milk is bad.
Well, I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. I've noticed something is a little off, and if this is standard fare, then something might be wrong here, but something naturally wrong. Not
We'll bring it over here then. Let's have a look.
I don't want this whole farm to, have issues like this.
Okay, so as soon as you go, oh,
As I said,
well, you just milked this.
just now.
Okay, he looks at the boy, he goes, yeah, he did, Dad, I watched him do it. Well, that's strange. Look, it's already curdling in the bottom.
We don't have to have milk. It's okay.
I'll
Well,
stick
hang on a
water.
minute. I mean, it's not
That's
just
fine.
about having milk today. It's about having
Push my
milk tomorrow and the day
cup
after. Didn't
So
one of
it's
you
never
mention
happened
that you're skilled with animals and stuff like that? Maybe they're sick.
Well, I looked them over. They looked healthy enough, but I was thinking maybe it's something they ate. You know, like what?
Well, they've been eating the same grass that they've always eaten. All we do is we move the pen every couple of weeks.
What about
And
the
the-
water source?
Water comes from the same place it always does.
Where?
We've got big buckets out the back and the troughs. We catch the rainwater and then we just, take buckets of it. And I suppose we could check the supply. None of you drank from the trough earlier, did you?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Nope, would never
No.
do that.
well,
Definitely
I
not.
suppose
Well,
after
I-
supper we should go and check that out then.
I cleaned my wounds, but
Yep, after supper. Food's about ready. Nice fresh home-baked bread. And we've got a nice potato soup. Put some leeks in there as well.
Of course.
She starts pouring out big bowls of.
Is the food okay?
Oh,
No, I don't mean to judge, but if the milk's bad, I'm wondering if everything else is bad.
okay. She scowls at you.
What are you trying to suggest? That I'd serve my guests rum food?
No, of course not. Maybe, I just,
That's lovely. Go on, have some.
Anybody? Fine, I'm gonna,
She pours it all into bowls, wooden bowls, and gives you all big wooden spoons.
Go on, tuck in. There's some fresh bread there too.
right. I'm gonna take a big sniff of it.
It smells okay. I mean, it's pretty plain
Cyrano?
food. It's like basically broth with floating potatoes and leeks.
Okay.
But a few diced up carrots and stuff like that. Nothing fancy. There's no meat in it. But it's you could call it a rustic vegetable soup if you wanted to.
I'm
wait,
gonna
Dad,
smell
wait.
it as well. But then
yeah.
eat some.
I'll try it.
Okay. Yeah, it's an adequate soup.
I'm gonna watch them trying it. See what they do.
All right. Well, the kids are tucking into it. The farmer's tucking into it. She's sitting there watching all of you.
She'll part the bread, see if there's any penicillin in it. You know,
No maggots
I'm gonna
fall
eat
out of it.
I'm not gonna not. I'm gonna eat it. So
Okay. Yeah, the bread
I'll
seems
take it.
fine. The soup seems fine.
Okay.
Take a tiny sip.
Okay. Once all of you have started to eat some, then she will.
So
come on,
filling.
Britannica, eat up your big lady.
I know. I'm so full. It's so satisfying. This thick soup.
You starve yourself. I'm gonna start thinking I can challenge you to a foot race.
Oh no! Don't worry. And I take a tiny little.
The farmer like,
So good.
snatches off a big lump of the bread and starts to squish it
gonna-
down into the soup, and then picks it out all dripping with soup, and it's running down into his patchy beard.
Actually,
I'm going to turn to the farmer and be like, well, we are staying for the night. I don't know about my comrades, but I don't have much to do. If you want us to, all the generosity you've given, I could check on sheep, check on the food supply, and see if everything's okay.
Oh well, we definitely need to go outside and check the water, make sure that's all right. Although I can't imagine that would produce sour milk.
I don't know, but I'm at your service.
What was Alekma?
yes.
So you seem obviously know a lot about these farm animals. So, is there any kind of maladies that you're aware of that could cause bad milk? I mean, they were fine yesterday. Actually, they were fine this morning when we milked them.
Was the pen recently moved for the grass consumption?
Not for over a
Where's-
week.
Any strange storms passed through today?
No.
Winds.
No, it's been a pretty mild day, to be honest. Don't think it's anything doing them weird highwaymen, do you?
No. I all I know is that down by Shore Barrow there was a sickness when we arrived in the town, and we didn't get much information about it, but the temple there had closed up shop and they were charging a pretty
How long ago was that then?
couple weeks.
Oh, but you're all fine, are you? No one's got sick?
No, we are fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Thank America for that. I mean, yeah, if you can have a look at them, if you see anything or give me any advice, I would appreciate it. Let's just go check the water supply. Oh, and that's the thing, I'll show you that, not too
The
dark, I'll
ridge.
show you Arian's Rift as well.
Be great.
Alright, so
the
he takes you out the front, and he kind of points at the woods that you can kind of see off in the distance. He says, now, if you look there, against the horizon, you can see what looks like, it's mostly ruins, but you can see like the jagged edges of the taller parts of the buildings. Well, that's Arian's Rift. As I said, it used to be Arian's Rise, but
Wow. So sad. How long of a journey is it to the rift?
no, if you head out first light, you'll be there by lunchtime.
Oh, that's
I mean, you've got to
not
go
too
through the
bad.
woods, and it's quite a hike, but first light, you can do it in this. You look like you've got a good. Most of you have got a good set of legs. You can probably do it in about 5-6 hours.
Noted. Alright, about that water supply.
Yeah. Well, what about the water supply? There it is. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, we're at the water supply. Okay.
Smells all right.
I'm going to be out there as well, just
Okay.
watching Annie investigate.
Oh,
Yeah.
nobody, everybody else.
I think we all
Or
went,
you
right?
guys? Yeah, I thought
probably.
Oh, did we all go?
Yeah, yeah.
I would have assumed so. Yeah, after
So
dinner.
I don't want to
So-
be eating any more of that soup.
I'm your turn. Who knows the most about water?
Probably a
Water.
Lekma, I would assume.
Yes, he's actually H2O.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lie.
I'm a
He's
chemist,
actually
all of a sudden. Yeah,
really
Oh, very good.
H2O, right?
Well, how does it look?
I mean, it's clear water, right?
Yeah.
Or
It doesn't smell stagnant. There's nothing you can see floating in it. I mean, quite honestly, it's just rainwater.
no, I'm gonna cup a little bit and sip it to see if it's
Yeah.
stale.
No,
or-
it's fine.
You sip a parasite.
That's right.
It goes right down your throat.
Yeah, I'm gonna die from the fucking parasite.
That seems fine.
Well, that is
Grass.
strange, isn't it?
Soil.
Huh. That is very strange indeed.
When was the last time you milked the animals?
This morning.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
What?
Milk.
And about what time did
Well,
it
the
turn?
milk that what? This sorry, ma'am. With you with the orange cloak. What was your name again?
Annie.
Annie. It's the same milk that Miss Annie drank this when she came in. We milked that fresh this morning. We did.
It was fine.
Yeah. See, it's fine.
So can I try to? I mean, I'm not a naturalist at all. Like I don't know much about nature. Can I try to deduce what would turn milk rotten?
I
over
would
a? Like,
absolutely give you. I would either allow you to use animal handling if you wish, or probably knowledge nature. Whichever one you prefer. There's definitely a crossover synergy that might apply there.
okay. Well, I'll do nature because it's a better roll for me. But there you go.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay, honestly, I mean, it's something that you might have... You've never seen it, never experienced it. It's possible that if they had some kind of bacteria, that the milk could be not particularly drinkable, but not curdled and sour necessarily. That you know what I mean?
Right.
It definitely doesn't feel like this is the result of something natural to you.
Okay, so with that, I'm gonna turn to what's the guy's name again? Sorry.
I think his wife yelled it at him one time, but other than that, he hasn't really said anything.
Okay.
He hasn't really declared his own name.
Sorry. What is your name again?
Very rude of me. Anders Fieldbarrow.
Okay.
That's my good lady wife, Marsha Fieldbarrow, and Sandra and Solomon, our 2 kids.
So your faith. What is the rituals you perform to pray to your goddess?
Each morning when we wake, we say one of the 3 traditional prayers to America to bless our crops and our harvest and the health and the well-being of our animals. We do the same at night. Periodically, we make offerings, as you do. Food offerings. I mean, we're very devout and very stringent with our doctrine, as it were.
And these rituals you do, have they given you a sense of response, or is it just you have the faith that it will affect things positively?
As I said, the crops have been growing excellent these last few years. All the livestock has been healthy. We've been, the sheep and the goats have had several fine, healthy calves. Chickens have been laying well. The horses have had a couple of new foals this year. So, no, I mean, everything's... Couldn't want for a better.
Curious.
You seen any giant red birds fly through the sky today?
Giant red birds?
Yeah.
No giant red birds. I've seen a few birds, but no giant ones.
Red in color?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Why? What would that have to do with anything?
I don't know, just...
Very random.
Just wondering.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Shoot. Well, do you mind if I talk to my comrades here and we'll see what we can figure out for
No,
you?
you go right ahead. I'm going to go in there to take a look at these goats and sheep myself.
Great.
And he kind of wanders off around to the side of the house.
Was it the imp? Was it... Merrick? Seems unnatural, magical.
Well,
What do you think the imp did? Just pick a random farm and poison it?
I don't know.
Well-
Something to do with that god.
yeah, doesn't it fit more into the whole, gods are starting to kind of leave their followers type thing?
But why?
Yeah,
this-
I know. Well, like the church, remember? They said that the god had, left. Their powers are gone.
Leave, but not sour the milk. That seems malicious, doesn't it?
Well, if are gods not malicious?
Well, but if they're just abandoning them, that's just silence. This is
Why?
actually
What if the
trying to...
god was the fertile milk god? I don't know. I told you I don't dabble in these sort of things. I just mean, what if that is happening here? The god they worship to make it fertile crop?
It would have left them today then, because...
In the last 20 minutes?
Well, then, okay, then the next possible thing is it might not have been the imp, but did we go north to that farm, Gord? I thought we went in a different direction, no?
No, you went north.
To the farm?
North,
It was north,
north,
okay.
yeah.
We continued going.
So you think the imp is salting the fields ahead of us, essentially?
That's a very particular field to salt.
Right.
Milk.
What if, now, hear me out, what if we're causing the milk to sour?
Oh,
Well, I don't like that.
Again, if we take coincidence out of the equation, the only thing that changed from this morning to now is us.
I was
I
the one
would
who did
never
the
make
milking.
milk sour.
Well, maybe it was Elecma. Maybe he's a sour milkman.
Yeah, maybe you scared them when you were using your big giant hands on them.
Yes, you're terrified.
I would be looking at my hands.
Elegma, what did you do to them?
Yes, if I saw those hands coming from my teat, I would produce the sourest of milk.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe one of us should try to milk it and see if it's just a lekma. Or maybe if they try to milk it and see what happens.
I don't like the idea that I was the cause, but you do raise a fair point that I was the only thing that was different regarding this milking.
The Milkening, yes. That's what this
the
event is called.
Milkening.
This is the Milkening.
That's
The
the name of
Milkening
this episode.
Okay,
I
so
mean, but I am of nature, and my faith is in nature, and well, that's very troubling, especially considering what I've already been through.
maybe not
it can't be.
domesticated. Maybe not domesticated animals. It's okay. It's okay. It's not you.
Well, it might be.
The goats. They just don't like you.
But it could be him.
It could be him, but I don't know what else to say that's nice.
I find that very hard to believe that it was me. I'm not going to deny your arguments here, but
This is very
Thanks for the cheer. Appreciate that.
Thank
Take
you,
that, sir.
RPG Guru.
Appreciate it.
Let's test it out.
We could test
Sidebar.
it out.
Well, you don't
Yes.
decide
Also, while I have you all and not them, Orion's Rift. Didn't Merrick talk about the stones in a crater, a rift, of some kind, around burnt fields? Sounds
Might be
kind of
worth-
like this place.
Well, let's just go there. Let's forget about this, and we'll
Well,
just
no, you need
straight
to
there.
heal overnight. Don't you remember how dying you are?
Dying you are.
yeah, we're very dying.
I feel very dyey.
Okay. Well, someone else try to milk an animal.
Okay, who wants to milk an animal? Not
We
me.
can't just milk it. It's been milked.
Well, we should.
Did you milk all of them?
Oh, I just did like 4.
Okay, there you go.
Well, we should have them do one and one of us do the other. I'll do the other if it's necessary.
Great. You're not threatening, so that
And
should
that
be
way,
fine.
yes, I'm very small. He might not even know I'm there.
That's right. Sneak up on him.
Yeah,
Secret
stab
milk.
the teats. Yes.
It could be
Milk.
the secret milk.
That always tastes the best.
It does.
All right, we'll do it. I mean,
Okay, I will. That's how you said it. It was very funny. Yes. Okay. So we'll ask either the boy or whomever to milk one. I'll milk the other, and we'll test it out.
All right. Well, I think he headed over there, so let's go find him.
Oh, let's go
Okay.
find it.
So let's go.
We're gonna walk over to that area. Gore.
Okay. Yep, he is actually milking them as you get there. He's, literally going through the motions of doing the same thing. And he looks very frustrated and upset.
How is the milk, good sir, Mr. Wheelbarrow?
Well, it's just like Alekma said, it's all coming out rancid.
Oh, that's got. Oh no! I mean, oh, terrible.
Oh, good, it wasn't us. I mean,
Oh dear.
Okay.
Are you sure
There's
you
that
didn't
theory.
see a red bird fly by here?
what is it with this red bird?
We saw a very strange
Annie
red
said
bird,
something
which
about a
can.
red bird.
Well, it can. I've heard that it can be a harbinger of sour milk sometimes. It's a
Sounds
sign.
like
It's
an
a
old wives'
old
tale to me,
saying.
but
Well?
don't listen to him. He's not. That's not accurate.
so what is it then? What is
Yes,
what
so-
is this
so
thing
what
with
is
the
it
red
then?
bird? I mean, Annie asked me about it, and now this fellow here. Sorry,
could
what was your
be-
name, sir?
my name is Cyrano de Yum.
Cyrano. Oh, Cyrano. Yeah.
Cyrano de Yum.
Oh,
Mr. Diem.
wait, guys, come to me for a second.
Okay.
All right. Excuse us, sir.
Okay, he took a step forward like he was going to go into the huddle as well. He's
Hey,
Sorry,
okay.
one
We're in the
second.
huddle.
Yep, we're in it.
Come on. I'm gonna peek out every once in a while
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
go back in.
I'm gonna peek down because that's what sense.
Yeah.
Spit it out.
It was
Okay,
Merrick.
what?
It was Merrick. Remember when we saw him on the road? He had fresh fruit. He said he had been by a farm and picked it. He was here before he caught us and trapped us, and we killed him.
So there was like a delay, and
He had the food, remember? He offered it to us, and we were suspicious of it.
Yes.
So he had done something here.
I don't remember that at all. You're smart.
I do remember that. Remember
It's not a surprise, really, is it? You only remember your name because people shouted at you every day.
Didn't write any of that down.
Okay, well, let's see if he's seen this homeless man, or we
already asked, and the guy said he hadn't seen him.
Well, we asked about a red bird. Did we ask about a person?
Well, I asked if there were other people here.
Well, let's ask again.
Might as well.
He's got a very concerned look on his face as you all come out of the huddle.
Have you seen anyone else?
Well, define... I mean, when are we talking? Like today, or...?
No.
Yes?
In the
It
short term.
The past day or two, yes.
Yes.
I mean, come to think of it, no. Actually, I haven't even seen anything really travelling up and down the road for the last day or two, which is pretty uncommon. Usually at least see one or two carts or wagons or people on horseback.
Do you remember the last 2 days at all?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe you were unconscious?
I believe I have a fairly good recollection of the past 48 hours, yes?
Oh, okay.
And this is true of your kids and wife. I mean, you guys would tell each other that you saw something, right? I mean,
Well, hang on a second. Anders! Sandra! Solomon, get out of here!
Yes, quite a good recollection of things. Can't remember your kids' names.
Hey,
Okay, yeah, so his two kids come running out.
You're dead. You're the red bird.
The back handshake.
Have either of you kids seen anybody else roaming around here last couple of days? Or have you happened to see a giant red bird flying over?
Sure.
The boy says, "No, Dad, I ain't seen anybody." And Sandra says, "Oh yeah, there was a red bird here this morning. A big one.
What?
It didn't look like a bird though, it looked more like a bat. It was up here on the roof."
Oh.
This morning? Well, no, actually it was just after lunchtime. What does that mean?
told you.
What does that mean? It's red bird. What does that mean?
Not much to tell him.
Is it still there? I don't think so. It did go inside the barn though.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I'm gonna immediately start heading towards the.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still there. Excuse us, Anders.
Oh, no, excuse me. I'm gonna go and fetch my sword.
Get that suit of armor on. Step.
I don't think I need a suit of armor to
20
take
minutes
care
later.
of a bird.
It's not a bird.
I do have a crossbow though. Maybe that'll come in handy. Let me get the crossbow.
Good. Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes,
Van
get
Helsing,
that.
get that.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna say that we'll wait for him before we go inside
What?
Right.
How about we don't?
Why would we wait?
because this is his property.
We're helping him. Just go in.
Go in.
But you first.
I'm still really hurt. I just want you all to know.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm like
I mean,
4 health, guys. I'm really hurt, man.
well, we can't let it get away.
Well, I'm
What if it's in
more
there?
concerned that it did something to the crops and what's in the barn
Okay.
Right.
than actually
Cyrano.
be in there.
Yes.
Can you sneak in there? and
Of
see if
course
you
I
See
can.
it?
Of course I can.
Okay, go ahead, and we'll wait out
Do it.
here for your
Okay.
signal or something. I guess.
My signal, sure.
Hmm.
Okay.
What's your signal? What's
My
your signal?
signal's flabadoo. That's not a good
Oh.
signal. You'll know.
Okay,
You'll know.
go for it.
You'll know.
All right, so I'm going to try
Go
to do
on.
that. I'm going to see if I can recon the barn.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of ways in. You could just merely open the front
No,
door
no.
and go in. On the first floor, you can kind of try to prise one of the shutters off and climb in through. There's no glass panes in this. It's just wooden shutters.
Okay.
And they're fairly plain. You could probably just slide a dagger blade between the two and flip the catch and
Unhitch it,
climb
yeah.
in. Or you could climb up and go in through like the loft window if you wanted to.
How high is the loft window?
It's a 2-story barn. It's probably about close to probably a good 18 to 20 feet.
How climbable does it look on the outside?
For someone like yourself, pretty straightforward and easy.
Okay.
What's your passive climb? What is your climb skill?
2.
What's the total?
2.
Oh, okay. Then you're actually not that good a climber, then, really. So,
yeah, it's a strength
in that
base,
case,
so it's
give
not
me a
that
roll
high for
then.
me. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of go over and you put your foot down, put your foot on like the ledge of the bottom window and start to pull yourself up. And that's about when it snaps. You realize that this barn is pretty old and not in particularly good repair.
Okay.
At that point, you're wondering whether the roof is particularly sturdy or not.
Sure. Okay, then I'm gonna go through the window. I don't want to just walk through the front door.
Okay. All right. If you have a preference, you can go through the front or the back. It's up to you.
The back.
Okay. Alrighty. So you're basically going to go around to a window about here.
Okay.
Slide your blade through, flip it up, push it open, and clamber in. I mean, it's only probably about 3 foot off the ground, so it's no effort for you to pop yourself in there.
Okay.
Okay. Inside the barn, it's pretty open plan. You can see... kind of imagine one of those barns that has like a large balcony leading up to a hayloft and ladders that kind of go up to it, and it's got like a raised centerpiece. So the barn is like 1 story, but with like almost like a tower in the center. You can kind of see how it looks from the image there.
Yeah.
So there is various different pens in here, and there's a very fresh smell of crap. And there is a big pile of dung over against one side, hence maybe the crap. And you can see that there is a lot of hay up in the hayloft as well. Beyond that, other than a few farming implements leaning up against the wall, there is a small cart that you'd probably pull with a single horse. Beyond that, seems to be pretty empty.
Okay, so I mean, I don't see any imp.
There's nothing. You don't see an imp or anything immediately as you look inside. No.
Okay, so would I be able to investigate a little further? Is that an option?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So what do you want to? What do you want to do?
Is there anything that where the fresh pile of dung?
Okay.
Are there any animals in the barn?
Currently there are not. No.
Okay, but it looks like fresh.
Yes. Also, as soon as you're examining it and you're asking that question, most of the pens have yet to be mucked out and do have... there's some fresh poop and stuff in some of those as well. So it's entirely possible that these goats and the calves and stuff like that are probably not left out by themselves all night.
Okay.
So they were probably in here earlier today.
Sure. Okay.
Before they were let out.
Well, if I don't see anything immediate, and knowing this thing flies, I'm assuming it's probably going to be up higher.
Okay.
So I'd like to investigate higher.
Okay, so you want to kind of climb up one of the ladders into the hayloft.
Yes.
All right. What's everybody else doing outside? By now, Andrews Barrow has come out with his light crossbow, and he's got his sword tied around his waist, but he didn't don his armor or anything like that.
So I'm going to go to the door and look at him to say, "Tell me when and we'll open." But don't shoot the person you see in there, because that is our friend who's doing scouts.
Well, on a count of 3 then, ready?
Wait. We're supposed to wait for Cyrano's.
The signal.
The
He's investigating.
Oh.
I think we should strategically position ourselves around this barn and burst in from all sides when he says whatever.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That sounds like a good plan, yeah. Well, I've got the crossbow, so I'll go in through the front door.
Right.
Is there a back door? There is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a
there a
single,
window I can just
so
step
there's a
in?
big front double opening doors for the barn, but there's a small wooden back door.
Guess
Well,
I'll
if
go
one of
around.
you goes to the back door then, and then there's several windows all the way around, so you can come in from there.
Perfect. All right.
I'll just
Don't
Be like
the
a
window.
strategic assault.
until you hear Cyrano yell for us.
What's the signal?
I'm sure it'll be obvious.
He said we'll know.
Fair enough. All right then.
How high is the roof again? I'm sorry.
The very top, right at the very top is about 20 feet.
By the way, it's not a bird; it's a demon thing.
Oh, what? What?
I don't know. Like
Squeeze me, baking powder. Can you say that again?
Yeah.
it's like a imp bat.
An impact.
Good luck.
We
Bye.
think it might have cursed your people or something. Okay, and then we all get to do
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Was this cursed? Bats, demons. I mean, this is. You don't think this is something you ought to kind of enlighten me a little bit about?
I'll enlighten you after we get it.
If it's even here.
Fair enough. All right then.
So
Wait for the signal.
I'm gonna take my snake off my neck, and I
First
kind of
time.
want to chuck it onto the roof.
Okay. I mean, you could like toss it up onto
Yeah,
the
like it's a
first tier
snake,
of the
right?
roof, no problem.
And I'm basically just gonna say, I'm gonna guard the chimney if it flies out of the chimney. I wanted to kind of like
Squeeze
do a
it.
bite attack if something flies out.
Okay.
That's kind of what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And hold
Alrighty.
that tie. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go around back.
Okay. So everybody is going to take up a position. Side windows, back door. Anders at the front door. Okay. While everyone is doing that, so Cyrano, you are positioning yourself as you're climbing up the ladder inside to get up onto the upper balcony that leads to the hayloft.
Yep.
All right. Give me a spot check.
Spot check. Okay. Let's get a little better of a roll here, hopefully. Ooh, there we go.
16. Okay. So yeah, you kind of, as you start moving your way around, you can see what appears to be a large section of the hay has been burnt, but like not as in, you know how like if you was to try to set fire to some damp grass, it would just kind of brown and go black, but would never actually catch fire.
Sure.
Kind of like that. There's like an area that's probably about 3 foot by 3 foot, and it's
Okay.
almost formed into like a little nest shape.
Okay.
You also notice that directly below that is a large wooden barrel. The hayloft itself is a series of wooden boards, but there's probably about half an inch between each board. You also notice that where this black nest is, it's kind of damp. And it's got a strange sulfuric smell to it.
Okay. Can I see or hear breathing or
Give me a listen check.
yeah, because that's kind of what I'd be listening for. All right, come on, dice. Let's get a good one here, huh? Cool.
Okay.
Cool, dice.
So yeah, that's a fumble.
Well, on a check, it's
Okay,
not,
as
right?
you're listening, suddenly where the archway is that leads out of the loft, you hear something move right outside the entranceway.
Yeah, I know what it is. I can't met it. Oh. Can I pretend I don't know what it is? Even though I know what it is. Okay, so if I'm looking forward, where is it making the noise then?
Okay, so about right here, there is like a little archway that has like a little platform, like a little top tier barn door, where someone would stand to hurl hay out down to
Sure, or a
people
snake
below.
up on
It's
something.
coming out. It's a sound that's right outside there.
Sure.
You definitely heard something.
Yeah, okay. I would try to sneak over to it. I would. That's what
All
I
right,
would do.
give me a sneak roll.
Oh god. Stupid. Move silent, right? Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, yep, you're pretty stealthily avoiding most of the creaky floorboards. You move stealthily and carefully over to that.
Is it an open window or is it a window?
It's actually an open. It's like a little opening.
Okay.
Probably about 3 foot by 2 foot wide, and then there's like a little 2-foot ledge outside, like a little, stretched out with a couple of support beams, so someone could stand there and hurl it. Okay, so specifically, Shagget, you had ordered the snake to guard that point, right? And if anything,
I said the chimney.
Well, there is no chimney; it's a barn.
Oh, I thought I was looking over.
Oh, no, that's
rectangular thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only exit from the top tier would have been that window.
Yeah, I basically told it to protect against.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Anything that might have tried to escape, that's where it would have escaped from. Okay, so what is this thing supposed to do? In theory, should it suddenly be aware that something is attempted to come out? What is the snake supposed to do?
I'm sorry.
Do nothing until you signal.
Absolutely. If it detects it, it would leap and try to bite. I mean, it would try to go for it.
Okay, so if it suddenly...
It's a tiny little viper. I mean, it's not...
Okay.
Tiny little viper that hangs around his massive 7-foot frame, right? Can't be that tiny.
How big is your snake?
Is it a viper or is it a python?
Oh, it's a small viper.
James,
It's literally a small viper.
So is it venomous?
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Oh, that sucks. All right. Okay.
I mean, I think Cyrano can survive. It's a very tiny DP,
Okay.
so...
Alrighty. Yep. So the viper is coiled, poised, ready to strike anything that should come out of that door. Cyrano is going over there to investigate.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We'll see how this comedy of errors either does or does not play out.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, you've gotten right level to the window,
Okay.
and whatever it is, it's right outside that window, like right outside on the wooden, like right by the wooden walkway.
We did a move silently, so, I mean, my snake needs to detect him, right?
I was about to say, yeah, give me a roll for the snake.
God,
Spot or listen is both +7, but...
Well, it wouldn't have seen him, so it would be definitely listen.
Okay.
And his move silently is 16, so you got to beat 16 for it to have heard him.
No.
Which it did not, so the snake is unaware that he is there.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So the snake at this point is just coiled and ready. Should anything appear, it will just dive at it. Okay. So how do you want to ambush this thing?
So, okay, I would at least try to get a visual of it before I just come around the corner and stab
Which
it.
is absolute. I mean, it's
Okay.
not likely you're just going to blunder out the door
No.
and go,
That's what I mean, and like stab whatever's there.
No, I mean, I would assume you would take the same level of caution that you would
Yes.
under any normal circumstance.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I
So that's-
appreciate the fact that you're going through the motions because you know damn well what it is, but you just bluffed it.
But I
yeah,
would. That's what I would do, though.
Yeah, that's feasible. So,
Yeah.
all right. So give me a spot roll
Okay.
and see if you can position yourself at an appropriate angle to see this small viper.
Okay, there we go.
16. Okay, give me a hide roll for the viper,
Oh my goodness.
Really sorry.
and we'll see whether he sees it or whether it.
Oh my god!
It's a small viper.
Okay.
It's
In that
coiled
case, I'm
and-
afraid no. You don't see
I
it.
thought it was wrapped around your mat.
Okay, so then what would I do if I don't see anything?
You tell me. I mean, yeah, you look out there. So basically, you hear something out there moving, slow, like something's out there moving.
Yeah.
But you basically, if you can kind of visualize the window,
Okay.
and then from the bottom of the window, there's like a 2-foot ledge. But then below that is the lower roof. So at this point, you will have ascertained it's on the lower roof, but right by the ledge.
Okay.
So it's not on the ledge itself. It's either under the ledge or poised to the side of the ledge.
Sure.
Because you can't see it, so you know it must be out of sight.
So I'd move to. I really would move. I'm not just saying that's a metagame. I really would move
I
to try
believe
to
you.
see it first,
Okay.
so I know where to attack it, how to come down on it.
So you'd have to actually kind of go out onto the ledge then.
That's what I would do.
All right. So you ease yourself out onto the ledge. Viper's going to be sitting down. So
Okay.
bottom line is, by the time you see it, it's going to see you because
Sure.
there's no way. So this is going to
that's
come
fine.
purely down to an initiative roll.
Okay.
So let's get an initiative roll for Cyrano and for Mr.
Great.
Wiggly.
Just fight each other.
Initiative, come on.
Come on.
Come on, Bat. You've got to be able to beat Shaggett's worm.
Am I able to? Because I can't select my character, saying I can't roll it.
Oh,
Do I just roll? I'll
just
I'll
do,
do
yeah,
this
just
way.
whatever the
Yeah,
number
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Just do a D20
yeah.
plus.
I'll just do this plus 9.
Good initiative. Good initiative. Good initiative. 17 is pretty good.
17. Oh my
Oh
god!
It doesn't count for Shagget. That's the snake.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Natural 20. The odds of this is it's just wrong, isn't it?
I don't
okay.
know. His rolls are insane. His
To knock the snake is. You should just send the snake into combat
Yeah,
for
why
you guys.
me? Why would I do
It deals
anything?
1 damage plus a DC 14 poison.
It's got to hit him first.
It's about
That's
what he
hit him,
does.
exactly.
Okay,
That's
so
about what I
basically,
do.
as you peer over, suddenly, instead of a red imp, you'll see a come up towards
Flying
you.
at me? Yeah.
Make an attack roll, Shagget.
Well, I mean, it's not that good, this attack. It's useless, really.
Oh, my
Oh yeah, of course it is, but not this time, because apparently the snake has been reading up on military tactical manuals in its spare time. Roll the damage.
It's literally 1 damage plus poison DC. With a,
Okay, so what's the
And
DC
it's-
on the poison? So you take 1 point of damage. All right, so how would Cyrano react to this? Like suddenly this leaps out of nowhere and bites him.
I mean,
So what is he likely to do? Give me like act out how you believe he is going to react
Yeah,
to
act it
sudden
out.
surprise
Act
and
it out,
alarm.
I'm like, okay, time to. Ah!
I'd probably lurch back as it comes at me. I'd probably try to grab it and throw it off me.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I would do.
Probably yell pretty loudly in surprise and alarm, or
Probably, yeah. Probably.
okay.
No.
Yeah.
Did you hear it? That's him.
So
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is this likely to trigger a fake signal?
Triggle.
You guys tell that. That's gonna be up to
I
you
think
guys.
it would.
Okay, yeah. So you'll hear him go,
Yeah.
ah!
Yeah.
I
All
burst
right,
into
what's the
bar.
DC for the poison?
It's a Constitution based with a DC of 10. See,
Oh, come on, you got this.
Stop
What
talking.
do I
like
roll?
that.
Just a con save?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sing it.
basically fortitude save, which is going to be
fortitude
con-based
save.
anyway. You just need 10 or
Yeah,
higher.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. Oh, thank God.
Whew.
So yeah, no ill effects from the poison. You just take the 1 point of bite damage.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody, you guys tell me what you think you're going to do. So we're going to go. How I want to do this is because none of you could coordinate this. So what I want is I'm going to count to 3, and if you're going in, just say that's what you do. Like, so I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then you all shout whether you go in or whether you're not going in.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll randomly for the farmer.
All right.
All right, so ready? If you're going in, just say exactly that. Going in. So 3, 2, 1.
Going
Going in.
Okay.
Let's get him.
Yeah.
We got this.
1 or a 2, the farmer is. 3 or 4, he is not.
Oh.
Nope, he's not.
Dang
Okay.
it.
Oh well, that's probably for the better.
All right. So upon hearing the and surprise and alarm, okay, you will react. So you can obviously attack the snake in return.
Yeah, like I said, I think I would just try to throw it off.
Grab it and hurl it?
essentially.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, that's what I would do if it's something small like that. And on me, I wouldn't just try to stab it like
No.
this.
Yeah.
Got him.
All right.
So, what should I? What would I roll for that?
it'd be basically if you're just trying to grab it, give me a grapple roll.
Okay.
14. What's the snake's AC?
It is 17.
Are you serious?
17.
Oh God, what?
Because it's so little, it's hard
Plus
to.
1 size, plus 3 dex, plus 3 natural.
All right, so yeah, it basically it
Jesus.
jives up and it probably bites you on the leg.
Okay.
Instinctively, you try to swat it away, but before you even your hand swipes down, it's already kind of recoiled back. But of course, you are on the ledge, so if you take a step back, it can't get you after that anyway.
Okay.
So
Well,
you
that's
can
what I would
easily...
do. I would get away from the enemy attacking me.
Yeah, right. Everybody else, so at the same time as that, you suddenly hear boom, as windows get kicked in, doors kicked in, and everyone bursts into the lower part of the building. Okay.
I'm gonna answer,
Jesus.
and I'm immediately gonna say, "Next tie's got something." That's what I'm. Good job, Snake.
Okay. Alrighty. So right at this point, Cyrano, you're in the. You kind of backed away from into the, back out off the ledge in the window.
Yeah.
Give me a listen check.
Okay.
And you need to beat a 13. Yeah.
I
Okay.
got 21.
All right. As you step back from the window, you're suddenly aware of something going behind you.
Okay.
So you hear it before you see it.
Okay. Am I able to react to
Yeah.
it?
What would you want to do? Spin around, turn.
Obviously, I think I would turn around and kind of get down.
Okay. All right.
I could tell its wings.
Yep.
Then I would assume it's higher, so I'd spin and get down.
All right.
in case
Okay.
it was,
You
like,
spin
right
and get
behind
down. Yes. Come flying out of the darkness, you see this little red imp on the, kind of like, and it will basically buzz straight over your head.
Okay.
If you wish to make an attack of opportunity on it, you may.
I do.
Then swipe away, my friend.
Okay. Shadow Slice.
Is that your weapon?
Yes.
That's what it's called.
Shadowy slice.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no! Okay, you're like,
Jesus.
and you swipe at
Let the
this
snake
thing.
do it.
It kind of does a little spiral move and ducks out off the edge of the blade as it goes flying out.
Does my snake get an attack? Because it's by the
Yeah.
ledge.
That's what he was supposed to do.
I believe you would be able to do that. Yeah.
Oh,
Go, Snakey, go.
Come on, Snake. You better hit this thing.
oh my god.
Oh no! Now the snake's gonna fumble.
Oh, God.
His favorite enemy is his own party.
Yeah, clearly.
All right, yeah, it's gonna
It's not his enemy.
So basically, the snake has become distracted. So the snake snaps at it, but it just the thing is too high. It can't quite get high enough. So yeah, the imp is now flying out of the window, and it's heading right across towards the woods.
Is that the back of the barn?
That's at the front of the barn, which is where
front
the
of the barn.
farmer is.
Okay.
But the farmer is standing poised looking at the front door. He's not looking up and aware that there is a thing.
Can I yell for a bonus
Of course you
action?
can, yeah.
I would say,
He's coming out the front. He's flying high out the front.
Okay, so the farmer's like, oh. And he will take a shot at it.
come on, Farmer John.
A 16.
Come on.
Let me pull up my imp.
Come on, Farmer.
Pull
Gross.
up my
Come on,
imp.
Farmer.
Gross. I was just gonna. Don't pull it.
Pull out my imp.
That down.
Just pull up my red imp here.
Yikes.
Okay, hang on. Where are we? Alrighty. What's the imp's AC? It is...
2, 3.
Nope, it misses.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yep.
come on.
As the bolt... I mean, it's hard to hit a flying thing anyway. So, he fires, it misses. As the imp... Cyrano, you'll be able to see, and the farmer is able to see that the imp is kind of erratically flying towards the woods. And directly, ironically, towards Arian's Rift.
Oh.
You all hear the farmer, darn it! It's out here! It's out here!
I run out. Where?
Okay. You all run out of the barn if you want to, out to the front, and you can see basically this imp is like in the distance heading towards the trees.
As we see it flying, you said it was erratic, like not smooth sailing.
Yeah, but that's primarily because it's an imp with bat wings. It's not the most graceful flying thing in the world.
Right. No, I thought maybe it was injured, hence the erratic. But okay, I mean, imp. So of course, yeah.
Okay. What do you want to do now?
I'm confused. I thought my snake got it. The connection. I felt a connection. A hit.
Am I by them at this point?
You're probably did you go down inside and out the front door, or you want to?
I would have met. I mean, if the imp flew away, I would have met back up with the party.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then he's coming out the front door then.
What was your snake doing up there?
Guarding the possible escape.
It attacked me! Is that because I attacked you earlier? I said I was sorry!
No, I told the snake is not super intelligent. I told it to attack anything that showed its face.
Well, with my amazing ears, I heard it, thought that was what we were going after, and tried to sneak up on it. And it jumped out at me.
Sorry. The snake. I don't know what to say. I mean,
I'm
why
sorry.
am I talking like a gangster now? No.
Yeah, what's happening?
Hey,
Hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
It's a mistake.
It's a snake.
You look like a spicy meatball. Can you tell it to not attack us ever? Is that like a thing you could do? Like we're friends. Can we give it a mouse and it'll not attack us?
I'll make you a promise. I will try to teach it. Not.
Try to teach it friend from foe.
Some finesse. I mean, you can't exactly just say don't attack them. It needs to learn it.
Well, it got away again.
Well, we need to
And
go
I'm
after
not going to say because of you, but
Okay. So what I will tell you is, this time you saw it a lot closer. It had what looked like a locket, like a gold locket in its hand. So the thing that was penduluming in below it was basically a gold chain with a locket on it. With it being so darn close to Cyrano, the symbol on the locket. Do you have knowledge religion?
I have 2 points in knowledge religion.
Give me a roll.
Great.
Based on the result of the roll, you should take the image you're drawing and put it across the camera as quickly or as slowly as it is. You saw this.
Ooh, there we go.
Nice.
A slow pan.
Alrighty. Yeah, you got a good roll on it.
A slow.
Zoom in. You get to zoom in and out.
Zoomed in to see what it was. But that is a... Okay. I'll give you the best description for this that I can. All right. So yes, you will recognize it. So basically, it had on it a symbol on the front of it, which looks remarkably like the symbol for the god Reroll, which is the god of deception and lies and deceit and treachery and false promises. All in all, not a nice person. Not one of your, give it a big hug kind of gods.
Is that like Ja Rule's cousin?
Cyril, yeah, right?
Cyril.
Cyril.
That's it. Yeah, so why an imp would be carrying that? Who knows?
Okay.
But she is a female god and generally is considered very unpleasant.
Of course she is. Typical, right? Am I right, guys?
Right? What a bitch. Yeah.
Hey, that's my god.
Is it really?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it might be now.
All right.
Personally, for me, just
Did you? Yes, of course. Did you see the little trinket it was carrying? Anyone? No. Well, it was carrying a little trinket that, again, not being too aware of the ins and outs of all the gods. I do try to keep up on them. I have had to tail religious marks before, so I've come to know a lot of symbols of the different religions and everything. And this one was of the goddess Sarul. Don't know if anyone's ever heard of it, but it's basically the god of a lot of bad stuff. Not a happy goddess. Pretty mean.
Shit.
God of bad stuff.
well, that seems
Been
pretty
learning
obvious.
about so many new gods and goddesses today.
You're making my head spin a little bit.
Cyril.
Yes, like you said, not surprising. That is, Imp is dabbling in that sort of type of religion, but that seems to check out a little bit.
Well, if he's heading for Arian's Rift, I am assuming that since, that temple's destroyed, there might be something going on over there. Maybe more imps and gatherings of creepy things.
You think it's like an imp meetup or something?
Meetup.
An imp meetup. Yes.
You never know.
Impa meetup? Like, never mind.
No. An imp. Imp up. Imp up.
Well,
An imp
I
up.
think now that he's gone, maybe the milk will be better tomorrow.
Maybe.
Just curse it.
I don't know. Is it just a flying curse?
I don't know.
So I'm going to go into the barn to see, I guess, about the nest. I mean, I don't know.
The irony of it, there is a twisted irony to this as well, because the holy symbol for Cyril, which is what you would have seen on this thing, is a forked tongue. Ironically, that it should be a snake that allowed this thing to escape.
Sorry.
Couldn't speak parcel tongue to it or anything.
He's working for him. For the imp. Okay.
Well, it seems like we should rest up and go follow it, I assume? Just no one drink the milk.
Do you think it'll still be there tomorrow if we rest? I'm nervous about waiting, but look at you.
Me? I'm fine.
No, not you.
Oh,
I mean, it's getting pretty late now anyway, so it would be you'd be wandering through the forest in pitch black if you even attempted to go right now.
and look at all of you. Now, I do have this nasty little snake bite I have to clean up, but other than that, I'm okay.
I'm just
fine.
proud of my snake. I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, yeah? Oh, well, great.
It's all
You're
comparison.
proud of it for letting it get away. Congratulations. Good job, snake.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or should I say, how's that? You understand that?
Well, if you had done that earlier, maybe it wouldn't have attacked you.
Maybe to fall in love with me.
No.
Maybe.
Of charisma.
That's a fan fiction for
Cyrano-
someone to write, though. That we'll leave that to chat.
Cyrano and the Snake.
I
Cyrano
am.
and the snake.
You've got the right name for a romantic novel.
Yes, clearly.
I am sorry that you were bit.
It's fine.
But
It's
at the
a
very
scratch.
least, you have now learned that you are not as stealthy as you might think, so you can get better. See? So think of it like the game, and you learn.
Don't
Snake
think
love.
we should attack each other to teach a lesson.
No. The snake.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah,
I will teach the
everyone,
snake-
stop hitting each other.
I will teach the snake not to attack you guys.
Great.
Thank you.
The situation. I mean, I honestly wasn't expecting the
Or-
imp demon thing to be in there.
You
Well, at
were.
least the
You
thing's gone now. I don't
Why
know about
weren't you?
but the fact that it's not here anymore makes me feel a lot better.
Oh, yes, Farmer Wheelbarrow, you're welcome. We cleansed your farm.
Well,
Mhm.
can we at least see what might have poisoned your sheep and goats from the barn, from the thing?
Well, by all means, yes, figure it out. Figure it out.
I'm gonna go in there and see. I guess find the nest, find the cracks, see what was the weird. What was that? You said
Okay,
there was a
so
barrel?
yeah, the water in the barrel is very weird smelling. It smells all sulfury
Ooh.
and
So,
brimstone.
did this imp? Go ahead. Jim.
Yes,
What?
yes, it did. That's exactly what happened.
Ew. Okay.
So we'll just dump this out
Yeah, we should probably get a shovel.
and clean this up. You guys
The
should
imp
clean this up.
contaminated the water, the water
And-
supply that was below it, that the animals have been watered with, that while they're in here. Yes.
Take that barrel out.
Mm-hmm.
Go far away from the barn and the agriculture. I guess
Dump it in the water system.
Not dump it in the actual water system. No,
Recycle it in.
dump it on something that. Oh, that's probably gonna kill it. But I mean, whatever. whatever.
Sprinkle it all over his choicest crops.
Yes.
Yeah,
Love
just
it, far away.
walk with the barrel on my shoulder,
No,
just
just leave the
pouring it
farm.
everywhere.
Slashing water and demon piss everywhere.
Well, can you just get rid of the barrel and leave it somewhere?
Oh, I'm going to destroy the barrel after.
All right, so yeah, you're gonna just cart it off away from the main farmstead.
Yeah,
Chuck
empty
the
it
barrel,
out,
smash it
destroy
up, whatever. Okay,
Good
yeah.
call.
We'll call it significantly gotten rid of then.
Okay.
Get
Okay. Alrighty. Yep.
We saved the day.
So yeah, he is very grateful.
We
He says,
saved the day.
I suppose some more of that wheat ale that I've been brewing is in order. And by all means, I was going to ask you to sleep in the barn, but under the circumstances, I'm sure we can find room for you in the house.
Thank you.
Yes, that would be ideal.
Yes.
Right. Well,
Don't want it coming back and this killing us in the night.
Oh no,
Tomorrow's the night.
absolutely, yeah, definitely. You should stay in the house. Most definitely stay in the house. You could stay tomorrow as well if you like.
You just want us here to protect you.
Well, it's not me, you understand. It's
You
know,
can
my
take
wife
care
and
of yourself,
kiddies. I
got
mean,
the
I'm only,
crossbow and armor.
I'm a very capable swordsman, but flying demon things are a little bit, you know, safety in numbers. That's it. Safety in numbers. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Shut up, dog.
Please.
Excuse me. That's my
Well,
sheepdog.
To
That's
be
old
honest, I think we're gonna go ahead to Orion's Ridge Rift tomorrow.
Oh well. Well, here's what at least I can do. We'll get you a good night's sleep and get the missus to pack you up some fresh loaves and you know, send you off some good. I would offer to send you some milk, but I probably not.
No,
That's a
thank
good
you.
idea.
No milk.
Just make sure the animals stay. I mean, I hope that whatever they ingested gets through their system. It might
take a day or two.
Take a
is that
while.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
I see. Well,
Sorry.
if the worst that happens is a few days of sour milk, then I suppose we'll count ourselves lucky.
You have no intentions of eating these
you can
animals,
sleep
right?
in the living room, and there's a room upstairs in the spare. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. I'll have the kids sleep downstairs, and you can have their room.
Great.
There's only 2 small beds in there, but we can bring plenty of blankets and make you up a pallet.
I don't know about those two, so maybe me and Cyrano could take those small beds.
Oh, but then where will I sleep?
A big
Oh,
I
that's a
can
good point. You two,
Take two
no
of
offense,
the
miss,
beds.
but you and the man with the barnacles, you probably can have a hard time to sleep on such a small bed.
They're not barnacles. I'm not from the sea. This is all about pirates. I'm not from the sea, I'm mighty. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Well, he's got him knobs all over him, you know, don't know what they are, but...
Lithoderms, technically. Just saying.
What?
But anyway, we'll
Lithoderms.
make sure we give you blankets and stuff so that you two can sleep on the floor. As I said, they're only small beds. They're way too... they'd be
I'm sure
uncomfortable
you guys have this
for a
problem
man
all
and
the
woman of
time.
your size.
I mean, I could always just curl up on a small bed and just be comfy. That's fine.
Well, I mean, if that's what you want to do. You just want to be able to stretch out, that's all.
Ladies in the beds and boys on the ground, yes?
Well, that would be polite, wouldn't it?
It would. And I'm just going to stare
You're completely incapable of
at
being.
Cyrano.
I'm just something that Brit is never is polite. I love it.
So I think that settles it, yes?
Hey, can you fit in the bed?
I can fit in a bed.
That's a huge bitch.
Who said that?
I
I
didn't
can
say that.
fit in a bed.
It's
One of the
that
children
man
said-
that's been
one of the-
following us this whole
Yes, the
campaign.
whole time saying such rude things to you.
Pops up, says it, and
He's
disappears.
obsessed with you.
They always are.
It's the imp.
The imp.
So you want me to sleep at the foot of the bed like a curled up pet?
No, on the floor, like a other pet.
Why? I got bit by a snake. I'm very injured.
I'm half dead. I bled everywhere, all for you guys.
You should've used a
I
trough.
think I deserve a good night rest since I do all the heavy lifting.
Okay, you can have a good tonight rest.
Good night's rest.
Ah.
Shut up. I'm
Yes,
so
that's-
weak.
That's fine. I that's fine. You're right. I am feeling fine. I'll just
Mm-hmm.
Curl up somewhere nice.
Great.
Maybe by the fire.
Like a little cat.
Yes, like a little cat.
My stomach doesn't have any of these lithoderms. It's quite comfortable if you want to put your head on it.
What?
Oh, how cute.
Like a pillow, you know.
I feel like you're a real heavy breather when you sleep, though.
I snore like a bitch.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
a loud
you're
bitch!
when you sleep. I like that. No. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I've slept in worse.
Okay. All right. Well, however you choose to sleep, you all get a great night's sleep. However, Cyrano.
Yes.
What's that noise?
Probably Oliver.
Sorry. It was
That was like a.
It's charging up and down the hallway. Okay, Cyrano.
coming.
Yes.
So you get a good night's sleep, but
Cool.
you also
And that's the end.
Your night is kind of broken with these strange dreams.
I'm sleeping on the frickin' floor.
dream of a man, not too dissimilar to yourself, about the same size, about the same height,
Okay.
standing in a narrow pass by himself. And almost like the dream is in slow motion. Like if you imagine like it's swirled with mist, so you kind of see glimpses of the battle kind of come out of the mist at you and then fade away. But this one individual is basically pulling off a 300 by himself, holding off what appears to be an onslaughting army. The weird thing is, what he's fighting are all wearing silver masks, wielding scimitars, and wearing black armor. Ironically, the exact same things you fought last night.
Okay.
Or sorry, yesterday evening. Basically, wave after wave of these things charge towards him, and with incredible skill and discipline, he just battles one after the other, parrying here, ducking here, punching here, slashing here, somersaulting here, all in slow motion. It's then that you realize the weapon in his hand is the same weapon that you found a couple of days ago. After that, your dream kind of segues to an open valley where there are priests. All of the priests are kind of rallying farmers and villagers, and it's like they're escorting them post-haste away from the valley. Like it's almost like they're evacuating the area. And in the distance, you can see the entryway to this valley. It's almost like this lone warrior is defending the entrance while all the priests get all of the villagers and the innocent people away before this onslaughting army finally overwhelms the warrior and floods through to massacre and slaughter everybody that lives down here in this quiet, peaceful little dell.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that kind of becomes prominent is after that, you notice that all of the priests have a holy symbol that looks like a huge, big, clenched fist. And I'll let you have a religion roll in a minute when you wake up to see if that has any relevance to you.
Okay.
Shortly after that, though, your dream kind of shifts again to a huge, big, grand castle/temple on a hill, surrounded by trees. And it's right then that you kind of suddenly wake up in a fit of, like, a start and a gasp. Give me a knowledge religion roll.
Sure.
Okay, yep. So the fist is the holy symbol for Zuakin. They call it the striking fist. So it's kind of, all of this is now starting to make some sense to you. It almost feels like you're meant to be here, like something, once again, destiny has reached out and led you to this place for some reason, for some unknown ideology. You're here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is anybody else awake when I wake up?
Probably not. No, everyone else is probably fast asleep. You probably wake up at like 3 a.m. in the morning, like
Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
a little bit sweaty, a little bit anxious, heart's beating like.
Is Alekma breathing real heavy?
Alekma's probably over in the corner. You can hear that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I would just try my best to get a little more rest.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you have no problem getting back to sleep.
Okay.
As real and vivid as the dream was, it didn't really disturb you in any way. It wasn't like a nightmare. It was more like a vision than anything else.
Okay.
And yet, strangely enough, you seem okay with that. Like, it doesn't really kind of have you too much at odds, so you would be able to get back to sleep.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, everyone will wake up in the morning. You'll be woken up by roosters crowing in the farmyard.
Goats being milked.
Everybody will heal your natural hit points back that you'd normally get.
Mm-hmm.
And then if anybody wants to dole out any healing goodness, they're able to. Jane, you've got your new innate ability as well. Don't forget that.
When we wake up, I'm going to go over to Britannica first and see how she's doing.
Okay.
Britannica, how are you feeling? Wake up.
No, I don't want to.
I don't wanna.
And I wake up.
Yeah, I'm gonna check you over. How are you? How do you feel?
I'm still a little tight around here, and all these
Give me a
cuts
massage.
around here.
And I'm going to lay my hand on your shoulder and give you 8 points or 7 points of healing
Okay.
from my.
All right. So,
good touch.
Alright, that'll.
Actually, I lay my blade on your shoulder because that's kind of like where it's coming from, right? So,
actually, this is from you.
oh, it's from me.
Yeah, this is not your. This is not your shiny blade that's doing this. This is actually
Okay.
something that you feel the
Just some
energy,
kinda
the power
weird-
to do.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I use my hand.
But I mean, you could channel it through your blade if you want to.
Sure.
But it's, I'm just making sure you realize it's not the sword that's
Okay.
doing the healing. It's
I
you.
take out my blade. Code name Finale the Reviver, and I place it on your shoulder
Like
and
that?
grant you 7 healing points.
Okay,
Thank
so
you
you're
for
gonna heal
those
7.
7 healing points, you weirdo.
All right. Have 7 healing points. What's
we-
the max
what do
that
we
you can
normally
heal with
get?
that? What's the max you can heal per day with that ability?
14.
Okay, so you've dished at half. Okay.
Yes.
What do we normally get back? Sorry, guys, I don't know.
Level plus Constitution.
Yes.
Yeah, level plus con bonus. So 3 plus your... No, 4 plus your constitution bonus.
Okay.
Because you're all level 4 now? Is that right?
3.
With 3.
No, 3.
3. Okay, 3 plus, yeah.
We can be if you want us to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a cure light on myself
Yay.
because I am hurting.
All right, for 9? Okay. How's everybody
it.
else?
Nice. I'm good.
I am back up.
Yeah. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling ripe and right.
Okay. And that
All
means
right.
you guys have still got some healing in the tank, so...
Now, we're going to this Orion's Rift. I feel like it's going to get messy. So, if you find yourself, feeling a bit down, just come over to me, okay? Just stay close, and I'll be happy to help out.
Okay. What if we can't get over to you?
Then scream my name, and
Okay.
I run as fast as I can.
Got it. Okay. Will do.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Welcome.
So we heading off?
Yes, let's say goodbye to our hosts and be
All
on
right.
our way.
Well, downstairs, they've already packed you up a nice big bundle of vegetables and fresh baked bread and a few, hand pies. And your 8 silver pieces is also sitting down next to it as well, because they're like basically not wanting to take your money.
Oh, guys.
Well, that's great.
Well, we very much appreciate you helping us out yesterday, and hopefully you'll, well, after you've gone off and done whatever it is you're planning to do up there in the ruins and all that, by all means, if you come back this way, stop in for breakfast or dinner or supper or whatever.
We will come back, unlike those other people before.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Oh, well, thank you for getting rid of that bat word thing, whatever that was.
You're welcome, I guess.
If it comes back, kill it.
Oh, I shall certainly be on the lookout for such a thing. Any more of them come around, yep, no, I think I'm going to, this morning, I'm going to go up there and make me another little door and put on the top of the barn. Try to keep
Is the
those
milk
blasted
okay?
things out.
This morning?
Well, the boy's out there milking it right now, so if you want to hang around a bit, we'll find out.
Nah.
Yeah, we should get going.
Go.
Well, as I said, if you, crack a door and head straight over there, you should make it by probably lunchtime, noon or so.
Okay.
You're gonna say
farewell,
Yep,
Anders.
Oh, and farewell to you, Miss Annie. Why are you going to say goodbye, Marcia?
No, I suppose so. Hopefully you don't all get your bloody heads chopped off or something stupid.
Jeez, that woman.
Good luck. Thanks for helping us out and all that.
Thank you too. Gonna head out.
Alrighty, okay. Trekking towards the woods then. So as you start heading towards it, you can notice that there is an ominous kind of morning dew and mist that's floating across the tops of the trees to the point where you know the direction you're going because he showed you yesterday. But for the first couple of hours, you can't see the hill at all. It's just obscured in mist. But as the sun slowly comes up and begins to heat the world, the mist starts to die down, and you can see, by the time then you're a lot closer to it, you can actually see this outline of a hill. But yet you can indeed see that the hill is kind of almost concaved at the center.
Wow. Okay.
In amongst all of that, you can see broken stone and ruins and stuff like that, so you definitely know you're heading towards the right place.
This must be the crater. I just had this feeling.
Hey, did anybody have any weird dreams last night, by the way?
No?
No.
Nope. Oh, okay.
That's like, have you seen a red bird?
Oh, yeah, just
There
making
was a
conversation.
horseman.
Yes, I've read this a bit after the fact, I admit, but I figured if one of you might say something, if you did, I didn't want to pipe up about it. Just must have been the milk.
So, wait, did you have a weird dream?
Me?
Yeah.
I did. Yes. Well, I mean, it was just a dream.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
sure,
those have
it's
been
nothing.
kind of telling lately, so maybe...
Well, it was a man fighting a bunch of the people we fought in that field yesterday, and it felt right. You know, like what he was doing was right.
Okay.
Great. It's good that he was fighting those evil things.
Yes, exactly. So I figured it was, one of those out of body experiences of how I felt when I was fighting those things.
Right.
Yes, felt right, and I was fending all of them off, protecting my friends, and
But you didn't do that.
I sure did.
Uh,
I sure did.
you sure it wasn't a lady doing that? in
I
your dream?
scaled a floating rock to help.
Okay. But you
That-
said fighting off all
That's
of...
pretty cool.
Sure, maybe it wasn't Annie or me in your dream
I'm-
you're dreaming about?
Positive. Anyways, the point
It's
being,
okay if you
I'm
do, but just...
not trying to get Britannica. You're always looking for a fight.
I'm not. I think maybe you
One
dreamt
thing-
about us being defenders, and I'm very honored and flattered.
One thing I think you could possibly work on a little bit. That's neither here nor there.
please.
My point being is, I had a dream. Just wanted to see if it was a milk thing, or maybe just maybe my manifesting in my own way, I guess. Just making some conversation before we go to our possible deaths here. Trying to lighten the mood as I like to do. I'd like to have a positive mindset going into a mission. So no. Okay, great. So onward, I guess.
Alrighty. Okay.
I guess
So you make it to the edge of the tree line and start to pick your way through the tree. Through the trees. It's kind of like a fir forest, so it's all like pine trees and firs and stuff like that. No big glorious oaks. Everything is kind of like low hanging and full of needles and stuff, and it's pretty dense. So there's a lot of picking your way through. As you do so, go ahead. And anybody that has survival, any points at all in survival skill, give me a roll.
I do not.
Heyo!
I do.
All right.
Nice.
All right. So Alekma and Britannica. You notice a couple of things. First of all, you notice next to no fauna at all. Like there's very few creatures or anything in and around this forest. Nowhere near. As you're crashing through with your big heavy feet, you'd be expecting to hear animals scattering here or there. You're not hearing that much. The other thing you notice is you find... let me give a dice roll here. Okay, on two separate occasions, you come across a deer carcass that has basically been gutted and butchered and stripped. But not by an animal, with blades. So it looks like something killed at least a couple of deer and then went ahead and butchered the deer right here and made off with the meat.
Expect to see some other people around, possibly good, possibly bad.
All
They
right.
seem a little barbaric.
Probably bad.
Okay.
There's a barbarism to them.
So with Alekma and Britannica, also give me a spot roll. Okay, both of you.
Twinsies.
Okay, so the other thing you notice on the second deer, as you're looking at it, you can kind of notice a huge chip, like busted out right above its chest, where something struck it hard. And as you kind of follow and look at the angle, you actually find what appears to be a heavy crossbow bolt that's half stuck in a tree. Like it struck, it was like a killing shot for the deer, or a ricocheting shot or something, but it embedded in the base of this tree. The crossbow bolt itself, however, looks pretty crude. The feathers are kind of black and matted and almost kind of tied on with a very rough twine. The arrowhead itself, or the head of it, doesn't even look like it really fits on this crossbow bolt. It's entirely too big and entirely too cumbersome and heavy. Like somebody actually took like an arrowhead and stuck it on the end of a frigging crossbow bolt. So instead of it being like a bullet type armor piercing bolt, it's literally like an arrowhead. So it's very crude and roughly designed.
Do you see this, Alekma?
Yes, we are possibly in for some trouble.
This looks like something maybe your kind would craft.
My kind are a bit more sophisticated with our crafting.
Somebody's putting
I
together.
mean, we don't wield huge bows or anything. We stick to javelins mainly. Crossbows are not really our thing.
That's what I mean. Do you think they took like a javelin arrowhead and put it on this?
Possible. But it's not something my people would do.
Okay. So
Also,
not
we're on a
to-
different continent. I don't think I've never heard of
Well, I
people.
just meant
Yeah, but I
druids in
get...
general, but
Well, druids
Okay.
especially don't do that.
Well, I don't know what you guys do for weapons.
Have you seen me?
Yeah, I have. Looks pretty
In this
crude
wheelhouse.
and roughly put together.
It's in this wheelhouse, so I'll be
Hang on, the butt's
All
falling
right.
asleep.
Fair enough.
sickles, and staves, and staffs,
Well,
wood stuff.
wood stuff.
Crossbows, no, we don't do.
So we might have two types of enemies working together.
Well, we just know we need to watch out for long-range attacks.
I think we should be more quiet moving forward.
True.
Agreed.
It's going to be
Fair enough.
hard because it's, walking metal, but we can try.
I'm sorry.
We got Cyrano, you can scout ahead,
Yeah, why don't you go scout ahead? Just look out for snakes, I guess.
Well, of course.
Your one weakness.
Yes, my one weakness.
I subconsciously pat my snake. I know how that sounds. But I do.
Oh boy. Oh,
I
But
pat
I
next
do.
time. But I do.
could you not?
Yeah, seeing signs of that, and then I would agree that I should probably scout a little bit ahead just to
Okay.
make sure. A little lookout. 20, 25 feet-ish ahead.
Alrighty. So, basically, I mean, you're kind of, by now, you're starting to head up the rise of this hill.
Okay.
So, yep, around midday, finally, you kind of get to where you can start seeing the trees become more sparse. And through them ahead, you can start seeing busted walls and ruined stone. Let me go ahead and position this for you. I'll get it to where chat can also see some of this. And you guys are going to be coming in this end, so... Alright, so Cyrano, I'm fixing to go ahead and put you on the edge here.
Okay.
And then you can report back kind of what you see.
Okay. Where are we?
Okay, look for the
I
bottom
see.
right.
I see. Yep.
Come on, Bart, wake up.
Wake me up.
Can't wake up.
Save me.
That'd like a good Evanescence. Shout out.
Shout out to my boys.
Shout out to my boys and girl Evanescence. Evanescence. Gotta tell you, Gord, the little bit that I can see looks a lot like where Danyan met his demise, and I'm not liking it.
Really?
It's not. It definitely isn't the same map. I promise you that much.
Okay, but it's giving me
But
a little
I
PTSD,
now
though.
you say that, I can kind of.
I don't like it.
Can't wait to see it.
I don't like it.
Maybe I'll see the ghost of Danyan
Ooh.
trying to sell
Bury my body.
jelly beans. Wait.
What? Jelly beans?
I
All
just
right.
remember this. Never mind.
Do you want some jelly beans?
We were gonna do
I
a
have
commercial with
tutti
Danyan.
frutti. Oh, that's right. He's gonna be a pitchman for lots of things.
Yeah.
Do it, but now he's a ghost.
That's what I was just doing.
Do it again.
You weren't listening.
I was changing my headphones.
Oh well, too bad. Guess you have to go watch the replay.
No.
I do not see
You won't.
the same map.
You're not allowed to see anything. Am
I
I
don't
allowed to
see
move
anything.
around at this
You
point?
won't see.
okay,
You won't
it's
because
because
he sees it
he's
because
there.
he's the
Got it.
scout.
Apologies.
Am I allowed
Yeah,
to
if
move
you're not
around
going
now?
to go back to them and you want to kind of like...
Yeah, I want to kind of scope it out a little bit more.
Okay.
He wants to get Danioned.
No. So so obviously I'd be moving as quiet as I could.
Okay, give me so definitely go ahead and give me a
Yeah, silent.
roll. Let's see how quiet we can be.
Yeah, let's see how quiet we can be today, Cyrano. There we go.
Oh, nice
Okay.
roll. Okay. And I
Did a
need to
rough
make a
thing.
GM roll.
I've learned from my snaky friend. Like if I serpentine through, it's
Oh,
quieter.
it's okay.
Oh Lord.
Hold on a second.
And he makes that.
Serpentine.
And the guard's like, "Oh, there must be just a snake over there." Clearly, it's just a snake. It's saying serpentine.
Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and do a GM roll and see what they hear.
Someone's booting up.
Okay, yep, that's the bot top.
Nice.
For some reason, the bot decided to die, so I had to reboot it.
Oh, wah.
But we'll see. Okay. Yep. So these walls here are
Alive.
like on the smallest part. So like where you are right now, it's probably about 3 to 4 feet.
Okay.
Here, it's probably closer to about 6 feet, and here
Sure.
it's probably 12 or so feet.
Okay.
So like right here, there's plenty of wall for you to hide behind, but if you stand up, you can actually peer over.
Yep. I would just put my little eyes above the wall to kind of peek.
All right. In that case, I will reveal a little more for you then. As you could probably at least see everything in here. All right. So what you can see is the kind of ruined outline of a building. It's obviously been destroyed for a long time because trees are physically growing in amongst this. You notice that there's a piece of stairwell here that's actually rising up to nothing. Like
Okay.
at one point there was probably another story here. This here is actually like raised up about 3 feet, but there's no steps leading up to it. So whether they was at one point maybe wooden or something, you don't know. However, what you do see is tethered up here. Are 2 weird looking canine things. They're kind of leathery and gaunt. They've got really long, sharp teeth. The vertebrae running all the way down their back is kind of almost very transposed, so you can see the bones. They've got incredibly long claws. They're almost like gaunt, twisted wolves of some kind. But they're probably not wolves. In fact, you've never seen anything quite the same as these before. It's about then that you hear a noise. And 2 goblinoid creatures emerge from behind this section of wall up here. Now there is a 1. And there is the other. Okay, these goblins are wearing very weird, crudely designed armor. Like, it's metal chunks that have with spikes on it. The only way I could try to imagine to describe it to you is imagine sort of like post-apocalyptic football gear. You know, that kind of thing. It's really spiky and overgrown shoulders and stuff like that. Very, very rough, rugged, and crude, and kind of heavy and clanky looking. In fact, as they kind of come, you can hear them, the plates jostling and knocking against each other as they emerge. Definitely nothing like any of the goblins that you've ever seen back in Arconis, that's for sure. But you recognize them with their green, pallid skin and their kind of gnarly teeth and their kind of twisted eyes, you kind of recognize them as some form of goblinoid for sure.
Okay.
They don't seem to have paid any attention to you and are seemingly at least unaware that you're there at the moment as they kind of wander past this tree. One of them seems to be carrying what looks like a big slab of dripping meat.
Okay, I assume they're going to go feed the dogs with that. Those are the only two that I can see moving around other than the dogs.
From your position here, yes.
Okay, so the dogs up here, are they able to have a good line of sight? If I were to move in this direction over here, can they see?
It's possible that you would cross their field of vision, and if they are kind of very alert guard dogs or whatever,
yeah,
it's entirely possible that they might catch a small, nimble Cyrano as he darts across that clearing.
I'm gonna wait until they go try to feed them, so they're distracted by the meat.
Okay.
And then try to slip over to this side so I can get more of a view of up here.
All right. So as soon as they start getting close, both of the dogs immediately kind of rush to the edge and start, I want to say barking, but it's more like a high-pitched screech than a bark.
Oh, cool.
Like a twisted fox. They don't get too close to these things, and he kind of like leans down and hurls the big slab of meat up onto the little 3-foot-high plateau, and immediately both dogs just dive upon it and start fighting each other and snarling and whatever.
Do the
at that point, the other two of them step back and kind of like, and they start watching gleefully.
Did they seem like they had a little bit of fear of these dogs when they were walking up?
Give me a sense motive.
Okay. I don't know my best skill, but we'll see. Yeah.
Almost 20.
Maybe fear, maybe healthy respect, maybe common sense. They definitely, after throwing the meat, they took a few steps back. They didn't get close enough to hand feed these things, that's for sure.
Okay.
All right, so while that's going on, you want to use that as your opportunity to try to bolt across?
Move across, yes.
All right. So give me both a move silently roll and a sneak roll.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not because you're going to be not move silently and sneak. Sorry, sneak and a hide because you're going to want to be hidden and quiet, right?
Yes. Okay, here's my hide roll.
All right. Yep.
And my what was it? Move silent.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, based on the fact that they're both preoccupied, they're decent enough rolls that I'm not going to roll against those. So yeah, you managed to dive down here, and behind this pile of rocks, and get another peering view.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and extend that to there. Oh, no, we won't. We'll actually need to reveal it first. There.
Okay.
All right. So again, it's just more ruins. You can see that this kind of goes further back, and there's multiple chambers and rooms back there.
Okay.
From where you can see, it doesn't look like hardly any of the building is intact at all. It's all just busted walls and stuff from what you've seen so far. But clearly, this goes back a long way. There's a lot of ruins up here.
Okay. So if I don't see any more immediate, and I can sense, I can kind of gather what I can gather from here, and then I'm going to go report back to the group.
Alrighty. Okay. Report away then.
Okay, so I'll kind of come back, and I'll pop out from behind whatever is nearest the group. Be like, hello, I'm back with the full report.
Yes.
Perfectly safe, Alekma. Go walking straight up there.
Yeah. Tell Necktie it's totally fine. There's no mongooses up there at all. There's no Ricky Tikki Taffies up there or anything.
So it seems that the path leads to a ruins of some sort. Seems like a large estate or a castle, as it's pretty vast. They have 2 sets of guards, 2 being sort of these demon dog creatures, as best as I can see, and then 2 goblinoid-looking people as well, with this sort of piecemeal spike armor. Didn't look too terrifying, but it would protect them enough from any straight-on blow.
Friendly?
No, they did not seem friendly.
Friendly.
Quite the opposite. The dogs seemed rabid, and they liked watching the dogs rip apart that meat.
Oh.
So
Were they all the 2 sets separated enough to possibly take down one set and then take down another?
yes, the only way they got close to each other is when they were feeding the dogs. It seemed like I caught them at feeding time.
Lucky you.
I guess.
So what? Knowing this, what if we bring some meat along to try to distract the dogs if they were to attack us?
Yeah, did they attack the goblins?
No, and the dogs were chained. They're tethered as well.
Oh.
So they may be more alert dogs than so much attack dogs. I'm sure they could be used as attack dogs, but seeing their primary use was to alert any trespassers. So I fear that if they did see us, they would start barking and the guards would know something was going on.
Okay.
So we leave the dogs and just go for the guards.
Possibly.
Can we possibly avoid them all entirely and just go around them?
Gore, was there ways around those ruins?
Yeah. I mean, you could come at the ruins from the left or the right, or yeah. I mean, you could come.
Okay.
You could definitely.
Well, yes, we don't have to come straight through the front, but unfortunately, I would assume there are more than just one set of guards going through the ruins are very large. So we might be able to bypass one group, but I'm more just saying that it is a guarded area. And other than that first bit, I wasn't able to recon much further than that.
Hey. Well. Let's
More
get
of a-
some meat.
Yes. So you want to go with the whole meat thing?
Always.
Well, I don't
Always?
Interesting. We'll talk about that later. I don't think we should go for the dogs. The dogs are going to bark when we fight them, and then
Yes,
we'll
that's-
have both.
That's
Well,
like
there's-
going to an alarm system, setting it off, and then turning it off.
Yes, we should just leave
Bypass
the
it.
dogs alone, unless we
Agreed.
have to. Go for the guards when they're not feeding the dogs.
But they could, if the dogs see us go for their owners or masters, they could set the alarm off anyway.
Well, maybe we can pull them towards us, lure them in or something.
What? Who, the guards or the dogs?
Yeah, the guards, not
Oh.
the dogs. Everyone leave the dogs alone. Were they cute? Were they cute dogs?
No, they were horrendously looking. They were utterly terrifying.
Okay, well then we might need to deal with the dogs. But
They were like melted dogs.
the dogs, if they're
Melted
chained,
dogs.
Yes.
wait,
What?
gross.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. They're not cute.
Okay, leaving the dogs alone because the
Yes.
dogs seem to their only purpose is to alert people, right?
Correct.
Because
They
they're
were
chained up.
tethered. Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure they're there to rip things apart too when they're untethered.
We'll just not
Right,
be
well, we
in
won't
their
untether
tether
them.
and we'll be fine.
They,
So we just pull the guards away, we take care of them, and we go around.
right. Okay.
So no one knows anything about. Maybe they'll just think the guards went on a break,
Easy peasy.
and no one will be alerted of anything.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
How
That's
do we
exactly
get-
how it's all gonna work out.
How do we pull the guards away without it seeming like a trap or an alarm?
I could dress up as a really sexy goblin.
Ooh, yeah. Maybe put your little sexy goblin leg out and shake it around.
Oh, hey, boys.
Excuse me. Let's be serious.
You're right. I'm sorry. Although
Oh, really?
I was thinking if the dogs do see us, we take care of the guards. We could use the guards as meat for the dogs to fight them up.
That's
Just thinking.
quite barbaric.
Absolutely, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Or we
No, I
could
have
just
to
go
do-
around and avoid
I'm
all
just
four.
saying. I'm thinking ahead.
Well, there's
I
gonna
like
be
to plan
guards
out.
somewhere. It can't only be just one spot. So we're gonna have to deal with some guards, but not dogs. So let's just figure out a way to get the guards isolated and take them out. little slicey dicey, you know?
Okay.
Alekma, are
Bit
you
of
any good at
strategium.
animal noises?
I've been known to make a pretty convincing monkey sound.
Well, that won't help us in this setting, I don't think, but they need meat from something. I figure they may be hunters. If you make a good elk noise or deer noise, maybe? Is that something you can do? You're a man of the forest. Is that a thing?
So you want me to make an elk noise to lure the goblinoids into the jungle or into
Correct.
the forest?
To hunt it.
For meat.
Yeah, can you make a real
Elk.
juicy sounding elk noise?
Mm-hmm.
Just a real tasty
A
one.
sexy elk.
Okay, not stop with the sexy part.
Okay, sorry, it was really
I'm sorry.
funny.
I started that. I'll take I'll take my medicine there. My point is something to lure them out.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe
There's
I could
a
just be a helpless traveler who stumbled upon this, and I can say, "Oh no, don't chase me! I'm gonna get away now." That could
What
work.
if they alert someone or get the dogs after you? Then we've got bigger problems.
That's true. They might use the dogs to hunt the deer as well.
Did it seem like that's what they did?
I mean, the the deer were quite butchered. I mean, they were also killed by crossbow bolts. So
Oh.
Right. So, you think it was? I'm just spitballing here, Alekma. You don't have to get.
no, I'm considering it.
Okay. Well, fantastic.
I, Gore, am going to use my special ability.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do we know what that is yet?
No,
Nice.
I
Milk
am
was a
going.
bad choice. That's cool. That is so cool.
I gotta see.
I'm gonna save that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
So crazy.
That's just how I drink milk too.
Oh lord. That's fantastic, Paul.
That's awesome. Nice.
Love it.
Oh. Okay, so say that again before I was being distracted by milk.
Yes.
So I
Like
am
his
going.
special ability is milk?
Yes, it's all about the milk.
Okay, so you
that's it.
basically want to use your special ability, which
I'm
pretty
gonna-
much is augury. So you know how that works?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull myself away from the group, sit down and meditate, and basically try to determine whether if the action of luring the goblins away by making noises or animal noises or other noises or mass Cyrano saying, "Oh no, don't hurt me," as a lure, like to get the goblins away into the forest so we could deal with them without the dogs, would help us or be not good to us. Basically.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
The action of luring, I want to see if that will be useful or not, or if
All
we'll just like a
right.
shitstorm.
So I'm going to do a GM roll. So basically, you have a 73 favorable.
Okay.
So this is my GM roll. All right. Okay. So you get. So unlike augury, which is the wheel, and woe nothing, yours is more a karmic feeling. So you do feel like karma is okay with that idea, within reason. Like, obviously execution of that idea is very open to interpretation, but it doesn't feel like, you don't feel like this is a bad thing to do. Your gut tells you this could work.
Alright, so much to Cyrano's surprise, when I get out of my meditation, I'm gonna be like, I think we should pursue this.
Okay, do you just like come out and just like, I think we should do this?
Oh my god, please.
I was meditating.
We should do it!
That's what I mean. Like you're so like, I think we should now. It's like,
Your eyes just flash
No.
open.
So I walked away from you, sat down,
Oh, okay.
did the TP meditation.
Damn it.
And I'm going to stand up and kind of hands in the palm in the front of me. Kind of awkward. You've never seen me do.
Oh boy.
Quasi-prayer.
Sure.
But I think we should do this.
Oh.
I'm going to gesture with both my fists.
Okay.
You should do this.
He goes.
Yes.
I do this. We should do this.
Okay. Thank you.
We were gonna anyway, but
So, which one are we gonna do? The noise? Are you a noise maker, or should I put out a should I put out a victim's pose?
I vote both. Then we'll just see who gets sacrificed first.
Sure.
What do you think, Alekma? How was your?
I'm trying to remember what the deer sounds like.
Is it like a wah type of a noise? Is that a deer?
That's a
Isn't that-
peacock.
that's
I
a
think
kind
it's
of
a
a deer.
No,
peacock.
that's a peacock. I know my peacock noise. Oh, is
Of
it a deer
course
like? Whoa. Is that a deer? Isn't that a deer? Yeah, isn't right?
Isn't that
Alekma?
Alekma?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I can do a sound. But there is something I can do.
Okay.
I will become a tree,
What?
Oh.
and they will pass me to pursue you, and then I will become a tree.
Unbecome. Okay, you're gonna have to run this
Unbecoming
by
a
me.
tree.
Yes.
You'll
How are
become
you
an
a tree?
unbecoming tree.
How do you become a tree?
What? This isn't what we discussed at all.
You think you can just stand still? Is that what you think?
No,
Camouflage like rocks.
Ilona will make me appear tree-like.
Who?
My goddess. I will become tree-like.
Uh-huh.
They will
can
pursue
do that?
you and pass me by.
Uh-huh.
And
I
then
will
what?
change back, and we will have them surrounded.
Okay, sure.
Can I hide behind your tree-like figure?
Well, you really stand out, I'm just saying.
Oh.
Thank you.
Aww.
But maybe if they're pursuing you, Cyrano can climb my treeless, and we can go together.
This is getting really weird.
Well,
It's not that weird.
It's a
I
little
say
weird.
we do it.
it's a little weird.
Treeness.
But
It's a
yes,
flanking.
let's absolutely do that. I'm on board.
What am I gonna do?
Wait till
Where?
till it comes towards you and
Can you-
attack it.
Yes, crack it.
Alekma, can you camouflage me so I look like a tree?
Do you
Let me
follow
do it
his
myself
god?
first, because I've
No.
not really ever done it before.
Oh, so what?
So what if it doesn't work, Alekma?
Oh no, I will look like a tree. That's gonna work.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Gonna work.
Okay, I like it.
all right. Step one.
Okay, so let's
become a
run this
tree.
out. Let's run this out. I play the victim's
Hide with
pose.
me.
Okay.
Hide with you.
Hide in my tree.
How is he gonna hide when he's the one luring them?
Yes. They're gonna know I need them
Okay.
to see me to chase me.
You can hide better than Annie.
Right?
So maybe
Well,
Annie
I'm-
should be the one to
You
do it.
want me to play the victim's
They're not gonna
Oh,
run after a
yeah. Maybe a sweet little. Maybe they're, you know.
That's messed up.
what?
I just saying. Maybe an
What?
innocent woman alone in the woods would be something very
But
interesting.
an innocent woman in like full plate mail?
Okay. Well.
She's not gonna be like, oh, where am I? Clunk, 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 clunk. I just mean I could play it up more of just like a lost civilian. I'm not wearing anything fancy.
Fine, you don't have to hide it.
But I'm just saying, I run if I lead them to us, right, and I run past you, I could turn around like, ha, and then you could untree, and then the two ladies could pop out, and we have them all surrounded,
You
Can
can
we hide in your
untree.
tree?
right? Doesn't
Say
that make
again.
sense?
Sorry, Britt, say that again.
Can we all hide in your tree? How big of a tree are you gonna be?
It'll be a large tree. It'll be like a tree around you.
Like a mature tree.
Okay, so Annie and I will hide in the tree.
It won't be a mature tree. It'll tell fart jokes and all kinds of stuff.
Yes, of course. Well,
Why are you hiding in a tree? Are you able to get down quickly?
Well, like around it, I guess.
So you
Jump
could just
out of
hide
it.
in. Why don't you just hide in any tree then?
Dude, no, he's the one who wants us to hide in his tree. I'm trying to be nice.
I'm just trying
Trying to humor him.
make it less obvious that there's a whole party hiding around him. By being a tree, they won't suspect there's 4 of us. They'll think there's 3.
Do you have anything else that can make us all disguise instead of just you being a tree?
Well, if you just hide behind a giant tree and don't have line of sight, they won't know you're there.
I'm doing the tree thing for myself. Okay?
Let him do the guys. Let him do the tree thing.
Okay.
He wants to be a tree, okay? He wants to be one with the forest.
I
Let
want
him
this
be.
spell to be useful, damn it!
I
But
call
you-
this episode the Milkening, or he wants to be a tree.
Yes.
Milkening, he wants to be a tree.
I'm
both.
sorry,
Yes.
it's a spell and I want to do it.
Okay.
So Alepha will be a tree. That'll be
Yes.
super, super useful.
Yes, very helpful to
Everyone
burn a
else
spell slot on, obviously.
will hide and hope that
Yes.
that works.
Becoming a tree in a forest, so helpful. Thank you for that, Alekma.
Yep. And then we'll jump out
Yes, I'm laughing.
Yes.
as you pass,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll take them by surprise.
Take it by surprise, we'll chop them up.
Okay.
Okay.
What if I
Now, I think we have the plan.
Yes.
go? Just
Ready to go?
do this.
All right,
Go
well,
on,
good
Cyrano.
deal. And we will execute this plan next week, because it's the end of the show for tonight. Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. When I'm not playing a tree-hugging druid on How We Roll, I'm Shagget. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Shagget, where I stream casually, or on Twitter, if you can figure this out, at eneb_convos. How's that for laziest outro ever? My ass sass. See you guys.
Jane? Jane, what are you doing? You gotta record your outro. Jane? She's dead.
Hi, Jane's dead, but it's me, Jane's spooky ghost. You can follow me on my spooky adventures at Jane on Twitch with a 0. That's it. I'll talk to you guys later when you're dead. Please.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy, the Snuggler. Oh man, is it my 3rd campaign already? If you guys do want to follow me, I'm pretty active on Twitter at MaddieSweetTweet. And if this didn't scratch your D&D itch, Chris Tassix and I have a new podcast coming out. You can find out more information about that if you go to www.newcritsontheblock.com. Jane put it right there for everyone to see. We hope you guys go and check it out and enjoy it. Until next time.
Hi, friends and fans. It's me, Christy. Okay, that's good. I'm new and scared, like a lost little baby bear cub in big spooky woods of streaming. But luckily, my mentors Snugs and Jane are here to guide me through with grace and wisdom and beauty and muscles and beauty again, but mostly muscles. Jane said I could promote my art and my D&D podcast. That's all I can say about that, because she also said that hogging the spotlight is selfish and ugly. So, thanks for everything, Snugs and Jane. This is Crispy, saying sayonara.
Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter at Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. Check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.